Hello. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. We know it's a little earlier than normal, but welcome to the Lost Caravan. Here, we do one-shots, mini-series, long-running campaigns. If it's TTRPG, we pretty much do it all. My name is JT, and you can usually find me all over the internet at Weebjeet. And tonight, well, not tonight, this morning, we're playing Mass. And before introducing my lovely, wonderful, hectic little cast, I have a few announcements to get through. First, our sponsor for this morning is Soul Muppet Publishing, and if you want to check out their library of games like Orbital Blues, you can follow the link posted in the chat. It also helps to support us and the content we make, so thank you very much for that. Second thing, if you want to check out any of our previous streams, we have hundreds of hours of content just waiting on our YouTube channel. If you want to support us and our community by checking out our merch, you can find that at lostcaravanrpg.com. And speaking of YouTube as well, the 4th episode of Duskgrave is supposed to be going live today, I believe. So definitely go check that out. It has been a very delightful campaign. Now, let's go around the little overlay here and have our lovely cast introduce themselves, who they'll be playing tonight, and their playbooks, if they would, please. We're going to go ahead and start to my right on the overlay with Hannah.
Hi, I'm Hannah. I will be playing Aisha Abubakar or Raplasera. No one can pronounce it. It's okay. I'm the Legacy playbook.
Rapala.
Exactly.
Raplasera. I've been practicing, actually, if you can believe it, because last time was a nightmare.
Rhododendron.
We're going to go down underneath Hannah to Kit.
Oh, that's me. Hey, I'm Kit. You can find me places on the internet at Kit Will Cause. It's around me somewhere. Don't worry about it. Tonight I will be playing Vesper, or to her mundane friends, Elena. Just a little guy, just here to have a good time. Probably not a long time. Don't worry about it.
What's the playbook?
Oh, the playbook? Doomed.
Doomed? No way.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine.
That sounds fine.
It's a fine playbook, and like nothing bad is ever gonna happen to her. Don't worry.
We're gonna carry it clockwise. We're gonna move over to JD.
Hey, I am JD. You can find me on the internet at JD, not Jason Dean. And today I am playing Avery, aka Phosphorus, who just keeps getting blamed for things that, like, they shouldn't be getting blamed for, because they have never done anything wrong ever in their life, just so you know. Playbook is the delinquent.
Okay. I almost feel like I didn't have to ask, given the intro there. We're going to keep moving clockwise around to Kian.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kian. My pronouns are they, he. You can find me on Twitter at uptight_chiffon. I am playing Eli today, hero named Obsidian, who is the Bull playbook. And just a little another punk-ass kid ready to ruin some shit.
Absolutely delightful. And we're going to follow around to Turk.
Hello, I am Turk, or Turk Accented if you also know the evil that lurks at the hearts of all men. I am playing the most powerful person of all time ever, at least in regards to his large vocabulary. That I have to turn my brain on for, jeez. I am the Shade, or Lamont Allard, as the civilians would call him in his day role. My playbook is the Beacon, and both of our pronouns are he, him.
Absolutely delightful. And that's going to bring us up to last, but certainly not least, LC.
Hi, I'm LC. You can find me at Optimistics on all social media. It's above me. I'm not going to spell it for you. Today I will be playing Auroris. She is the Nova playbook, also known as Cecilia Spark. She really has never done anything wrong in her life. And that's a fact. Done nothing wrong in her life yet so far, as most of my characters start off with. Anyways, that's me. Let's get going. I'm excited. And cold. I'm very, very cold.
Absolutely delightful. I'm sorry you're cold.
Please don't come give me some socks. I don't want your socks, Turk. I don't want your socks.
Okay. All right.
On his way to deliver socks.
That's
literally
happening.
To any civilian in need.
To any civilian. A hero through and through to the core, that Turk. And of course, I'm the lore master, the gamekeeper, the headmaster, even almost. As we descend down on a bright sunny day, over in Havoc Bay, the city Cape Havoc, sitting right on the coast of this fictional America we've created here. It's calm. The city is a very busy place. Traffic is heavy and almost kind of a problem, but there are companies working on that. We descend down into the wonderful, bright streets. Despite all of the traffic issues, also relatively walkable. It is not without sidewalks everywhere that it can put them. The buildings are towering and the sun is high in the sky. It is a gentle 70 degrees Fahrenheit for those of us who do not measure in that. We move through the city streets and we see a variety of abnormal to us activity as a group of equally dressed, uniformed men in brightly colored suits makes haste from a bank. We see a streak of light as a super lands in front of them before they can truly make their leave, crushing their getaway vehicle, but saving the driver, of course. This city is not like any you're going to find on our Earth, as this city is populated to the brim with supers. You have, of course, the Phoenix League, the premier superhero group of the city, and their wonderful little academy where they have started training up the next generation, as nobody is around forever, not even immortals. We move into a nondescript brick and mortar coffee shop. There are people sitting and discussing the events of the day, discussing classes. It seems to be a lot of younger population, but if we move back towards where the bathrooms are kept, there is a third door. It says employees only on it, but for those who are in the know and have access to it, the door changes for them to say students only, as we descend underneath the building to the Phoenix Academy, a place where young supers get all of the premier training and funding that they need to become the bright young stars of tomorrow. In that academy, we find a teacher, a bit older than the students, but not by very much, comparably to most schools, dressed in what I presume to be an all-black super suit, operating in the day as a teacher and at night as a sanctioned super. Turk, if you would please describe your character in his heyday.
Ah, yes. The visage of the shade. Sorry, I really brain's turning on here, hearing the gears. Anyway, the shade is clearly beginning to well, not really. You know, in his heyday, he is. I mean, his costume kind of just seems very practical. There's not a lot of accessory or design. He never really has attributed a logo to himself. He does, of course, have a cowl. Sorry, saw chat. Saw a cowl and cape flowing off his back, and kind of has a jacket underneath with a scarf that, of course, I don't have at the moment, but it's there. Very flowy as he moves. But it seems like whenever he needs some tool or a little gadget for something he needs to do, then he can somehow produce it from such. When he's less heavily flowy in his costume, it's clear, he's pushed himself to some physical lengths. to be able to keep up with those who actually have powers. But he doesn't usually show his students that because he wants to keep the air of mystery in general, just because, you never know. Friend or foe, all have evil that lurks within them.
And-
Wait, so is he like ripped grandpa?
He's not grandpa, he's dad.
It's not grandpa yet. This is a prequel,
Daddy?
LC. You're supposed to be
Sorry.
younger.
Pat, he's just dad.
He's just dad. Okay, just dad.
Just
dad.
paw.
Just papa.
Pa, if you will.
Every,
Paw. Ripped paw.
every dad.
Oh god, he's the teacher that you've accidentally called dad a million times.
Daddy, sorry.
I
Daddy,
can't help
sorry.
it.
No, hold on.
Don't
No,
touch that.
it's a very Batman-esque physique, so he has to be strong in order
He's
to keep
gotta
up
be
with all you.
ripped. He's gotta be
Yeah.
ripped.
The dad gym.
What classes, what lessons do you teach here at the Phoenix Academy? As this is not necessarily your primary gig, you have so generously offered to help.
Well, for the Phoenix Academy in particular, I figure a lot of what the Shade specializes in is stakeout and observational tools, ways to operate and keep a strong handle on your day-to-day life while also being, a superhero. Like practical heroing 101. Basically. How to handle this and also have a life.
Yeah, absolutely. We look out over a vast swath of students, maybe 15 to 20 of them, being as vast as I imagine this would need to be. A bunch of them have their own personalized tracker keepers, little books with calendars in them for them to keep track of their day-to-day life and sort of help plan it out. Lesson plan on the board. They have smart boards, and they actually taught their teachers how to use them here. I know. Yeah.
Sorcery.
We live in a utopia in my fictional little reality here, where smart boards are common.
Or is that?
Supervillain. Smart
You
boy.
are, well, you take some and you leave some, right? You are teaching this class. You are helping them along with their lesson. Here are ways that you can maintain certain dignities as you fight, and how you sort of balance the need to go out. You receive a ping on the intercom. The headmaster is requesting your presence. This will be Headmaster Ava Ivory. Also known as the Northern Star. She is one of the premier heroes of the Phoenix League, and she has taken her time to sort of set up this academy because she is starting to get up there in age.
Aren't we all? I will, of course, peace now, my attentive pupils. If it will be but a moment until then, and I turn on some movie that we've been watching whenever I get called away. And then I make a big show of practically disappearing from the room.
You put on Big Nye, Bill Nye, the Shakespeare guy. In this universe, he's a Shakespearean actor.
Mhm.
And you move away, and we sort of follow the
Cool.
rushing, flowy scarf through the halls as we cut away down a different hall to Kit. If you would also please describe your character.
And muted myself in the wrong thing. Yeah, so Elena is of academy age, not yet a professor. And she's probably at this point rushing around, probably late to a class at some point, has stopped by the actual coffee shop that is going on upstairs, patronized it a bit, has, the classic like pastry in the mouth cup of coffee, like let's fucking go. Elena is shorter, very femme, very like classic. I don't know what year this is, but like classic 90s lesbian look always. I think at this point she's probably still in her figuring out what fun color she wants to like commit to for like the look, right? So I think her hair's probably like purple right now. But it's very long, very curly, very purple. But it's like faded. She's debating what color to go next. That kind of vibe. But looks very mundane at this point. And is probably running about, late to class. Classic.
Absolutely. And late to class here is typically fine. You aren't on sort of you're on a less official schedule. It's sort of come as you-
Heroing. It always works.
Yes. Heroing is what takes priority here. So the teachers occasionally do have to step out of class. So if you're late, they're not gonna stop you.
My work done. It's fine.
Right. And you sort of begin to weave through the halls and duck past the number of students who are taking their time getting to class this morning. You round a corner and you bump into a big, burly individual, sort of just standing and talking to his friends. You would know this to be Bill. Just Bill. And you turn the hall, you bump into him, and he turns around and he looks down to you. Oh, I almost didn't feel you.
What's up? How's it going?
In a hurry?
I mean, class. Yeah.
Oh.
Needed the caffeine.
He reaches down a hand much bigger than yours. He offers to help you up.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You're happy to take it. He introduced, I'm Bill. I'm sorry you bumped into me.
I should have been looking where I was going. It's fine. It's chill. Are you good?
Oh, yeah. Immovable wall.
Sit.
No,
Nice.
absolutely.
Clearly not that.
Right, very movable wall.
Pretty movable, yeah.
You see he sort of turns to step out of your way, and he was taking up most of the hallway space. He's quite wide framed, and he allows you to sort of get on your way. As you continue on your way, you bump into another person. You don't fall over this time. They're much smaller, and you do almost see them coming. It is a security guard who is standing and looking at you, sort of cocks an eyebrow.
God, shit. Sorry. Sorry. My bad.
It's fine. Headmaster wants to see you.
Me?
Yes.
Did she say what?
Not my job to ask.
Fair enough. Cool. Okay. I'll just sort of turns on her heel. That way.
We follow you down the hall to a lavish office. I'm talking mahogany desk. There's a globe just standing in the room. There is what appears to be, if someone took an astrolabe and made it way too complicated, just hanging from the ceiling. And you can see out into the sky from here, despite this building being underground. It gives the appearance of a glass dome over the top and a winding balcony over shelves of books. As you see sitting there, steepled fingers, a tall, burly woman that you all know to be the Northern Star, Ava Ivory. You walk in, you see one of your teachers, the Shade, is also here and present. And Ava lights up. Oh, good. You're both here. How delightful.
Just immediately assume she's in trouble. You've pulled me and a teacher in? What did I mess up? Like...
Oh, my friend, you're giving this student quite a fright. Why not cut to the business as to why we're here?
Well,
Alleviate.
She reaches under her desk. She goes to pull something out. You hear a click, and out comes a fully complete tea set with little cookies on it. The tea is steaming hot, and she pours you both a glass and offers you. Hope you don't hate tea.
sets the coffee cup on the ground by the chair. Yeah, no,
Going to be
tea's
quite. Tea is good. Yes, excellent.
trouble.
No, good heavens. Well, I suppose you could be. Did you do something wrong?
Think so?
Then you're good.
Okay.
Called you both in here today because I have a project that I need worked on by two particular sets of skills. That is a shining star of the academy and a teacher, one people find to be less devoted, more willing to be honest about it, if you will. And I think that both of you fit those roles perfectly.
A shining star.
You do well enough.
Nay, doubt the literary achievements of your own pupils. They've done a fine job and have earned the title you've given to them.
Right.
So
Right.
saith the shade.
Is that a new bit you're trying, Lamont?
No, I think it's important to put those kernels of wisdom out occasionally.
Sort of
I'm
like
glad you've
Bowser's
taken to
Lawn.
I'm glad you've taken to teaching so well, but today you're on recruitment detail. She pulls out 3 file folders. Now, it was originally going to be 4, but the 4th has been picked up by someone I know, so they will be brought in by them and not you. The other 3, however, 3 delightful rising stars in the scene. I'm very excited. One of them is a legacy, so treat her with respect and kindness, if you will. The other 2, very fun, lots of potential, and I would hope that you would go talk to them.
But certainly something we can look into.
Absolutely delightful. And you?
Yeah, yes, yeah, sure.
Perfect. This will be good for a civilian credit as well, for the record. Just so you know, you're getting something out of this, if that helps motivate you.
It needs done, it needs done. Will they'll be joining the academy then?
That would be the idea. At the very least, if you bring them back, I will have very special assignments for each of you with regards to your enrollment here. So, good luck. Chop chop. Dress heroically if you need to, otherwise, civic clothes, fine. You won't be fighting any bad guys.
Civi's his best.
Take the portfolios, right? She had.
3 little file folders, yep.
Take them and look at them as we're walking out, I assume.
Yeah, so you
yeah.
go to look at them, and as you sort of flip through the first one, we're going to zoom out and speed to that very individual. The legacy, as it were. Hannah, if you would please describe your character.
I was wondering how I could say this. So, in a bedroom sized much larger than the apartment she would end her life in, Aisha wakes up in queen size bed by an alarm, gets out, quickly changing into gym clothes because she has a tight regimen. Exercise in the morning with Coach Danvers, etiquette lessons in the afternoon, sprinkled in with some local charity work. But more importantly, today is the first day she woke up with powers because the night before, her mother did the ascension ceremony. Now, her mother still has her full suit of powers, and the powers in Aisha are still waking up, but this is the first day of her legacy. Oh no.
Absolutely.
Maybe this will fix the fact that I cannot be heard if I move my microphone near my mouth.
Does tend to help. Absolutely delightful. You wake up, you begin to do your morning routine. After about 20 minutes of getting ready, you hear a knock on your door.
I'm going to probably quickly add an extra sweater to whatever I'm currently dressed in and then answer it.
You answer, it's your mother. She's got a plate of breakfast to sort of help celebrate the first day of your powers being in full effect. She comes in and she sets it down, and she looks at you with this big grin on her face. How are you feeling?
Stronger.
Stronger? Yes. It will take a while for the for your body to adjust to the newly found inexplicable strength, as it were. But good,
Yeah.
good.
I had to put a little extra eyeliner on because I accidentally burnt my eyelashes this morning with the whole I-beam thing.
Yes. I remember my first time doing makeup after. Absolutely delightful to hear that it is a universal experience for all of us. Now, I know it's your first day with your powers, and as part of a sort of idea that we've been working on to strengthen the name, you are going to be having a meeting today with two representatives from the Phoenix Academy in regards to your admission. They will be able to help you learn how to use your powers, probably better than even I could teach you.
Okay. That is a little different than what we discussed last week, but I'm definitely open to it.
It was a very sudden change. The headmaster over there heard that the ascension ceremony was happening and extended the offer, and I thought that you would very much like to work with other heroes, learn to sort of be a hero in a generation where heroes are up and coming.
Things are definitely a lot different than when you were my age.
Very much so. I'm still figuring it all out. You kids and your LOLs and what have you. But this will help you keep your name on the front.
Or, well, our name.
Our name, sure, but your name now.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I better go finish my morning run.
Good, excellent. Have fun. Make sure to shower when you get back. We don't want the representatives to see all sweaty
Yeah, of
and
course.
got to present like we've never done anything in our lives.
Is it done? The suit? I mean,
Oh, it'll be done by the time the representatives arrive. When you get back from your run, we'll try it on and we'll fit it.
that sounds like a plan. Okay. Just gonna
Uh,
put a half-eaten breakfast sandwich back on the tray, down the coffee, and just kind of throw off the sweater and go off to the gym facility.
you go off. Your mother rushes back to the parlor where she will be having the tailors finish up your suit, and we are going to zoom back out, return to the shade, who's flipping to the next file now, and we will zip across Cape Havoc to Kian. If you would please describe your character, tell us what you're getting up to this fine morning.
Are you muted?
I unmuted in the wrong thing. I'm so sorry. Did the same thing Kate did. I was like, I hear an echo. Eli is kind of a scrawny person, which is a little bit unfortunate for how much they like to get into fights. They are currently in a fight, actually, like most of my characters. That is where we first find them. they saw somebody try to take somebody's purse and immediately was like, this is my time to shine. I gotta jump in. No impulse control. So probably has this person like it is not elegant. There is no grace to this. This is just back alley fisticuffs. They have longer dark hair that's braided, goes to about the middle of their back, wearing all black and black fingerless gloves because I have always wanted those. And so Eli gets to have them. But yeah, in the middle of a fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to do the first roll of the game?
I certainly can. What would you
I'm
like me
looking
to-
for the appropriate move because I lost it.
I don't even think I have the playbook open, so I can't even help you. I'm sorry.
Let's say well, you can roll to directly engage a threat. You're going to roll 2d6 and add plus danger. As a reminder, Masks is powered by the Apocalypse system, so 2d6 is all you will ever need.
I have 10 d6 out, so one of these will hopefully not betray me. 9.
9?
Yes.
Okay. Absolutely. For now, we will go ahead and just ignore the general options, and I will say that you are very easily winning this fight. You are much stronger than these people. These are just common street thugs. You managed to sort of wrest the purse from them and toss it back. And the woman who had been harried hurriedly picks up her purse and sprints out of the alleyway. And you have pushed this gentleman to the ground before he quickly gets up and begins to scramble away. Luckily, a police squad car pulls up on the other side of the alley, and he runs headfirst into it.
Sprinting the opposite direction.
Absolutely.
Trying to not be caught also by the police.
Very much so. Independent supers, God bless their souls, are not entirely illegal. The government would prefer to have them sanctioned and recorded for the purposes of ensuring that they are staying safe for the safety of the city. Let's say. You sprint off and around the corner. Do you have anywhere that you particularly go? What's your hiding spot?
I mean, Eli, for as tough as he wants to appear, is a kid at heart. I'm gonna go home to my mom because there's a lot of adrenaline going, but also I am very afraid of the cops, and as long as there's another adult around, then the adult will handle things is kind of my mindset. So I'm sprinting home to my mom.
Absolutely. Does your mom know you have powers?
Yeah, there's not a lot of self-control. So she definitely does.
Understandable.
I absolutely took out the china cabinet and all of the family heirlooms about a year ago. So I'm still kind of in trouble for that one.
A bowl in a china shop. You sprint home. The door sort of slams behind you unintentionally, just a bit too strong, and your mother peeks from around the door frame into the kitchen, where she is currently scrambling some eggs. Oh, Eli, you're home. Are you okay? You came in kind of fast.
So hard to pull the gloves off because if there is any blood, that is probably where it is mostly since we went fisticuffs. And I'm trying to just like put them in a back pocket so that she doesn't see them. Yeah. May have, kind of gotten into a fight. The cops showed up, so I've been home all day, right? Doing chores and things. I don't know if they saw me. I don't know if they're gonna follow me, but I just figured I would come home.
She sort of moves from the kitchen. She takes the eggs off of the heat, and she comes up and she sort of reaches up and wipes a bit of dirt off your face. Well, as long as you're being safe, I don't want any trouble, so.
I know, Mom. It was. I mean, they tried to take some lady's bag. I don't even know if she got it back. Um, but I won. He got caught by the cops, which is great, right?
Yes, you want the criminals to get caught first.
Yeah. Um, I'm gonna go shower and kind of look a little bit more presentable.
Of course. Do you intend on doing this forever?
I mean, there's school isn't really an option with the grades, and there's not exactly a lot I can do with the skill set. So, yeah, I
Okay.
guess.
I support you. Everything is coming from a place of concern for your safety. But go shower. I'll make. Do you want eggs, pancakes, bacon?
All of it would be great.
All of it, absolutely. And she sort of awkwardly hurries back to the kitchen after sort of giving you a little pat on the shoulder. And we move away from Eli and zip back to the shade, flipping the final file over, where we will be sent straight to LC. If you would please describe your character.
Um, yeah, so I have a question first, JT, is
Yeah.
how long do you think this is after like the incident with the extraterrestrial alien like encounter?
I would say that it's probably still pretty fresh, maybe going on like a year.
Okay. Okay, so um Aurora's or Cecilia Spark, or just Cecilia, uh usually with this newfound power has been like hesitant to use it, but at the same time really excited. Um, so I think she's still like feeling some of the repercussions from that um incident of like, getting shot with like alien tech and ending up with superpowers, which is, you know, a big leap from just your average normal day-to-day like all-American teen. Um and so I think she takes a lot of sick days off of school just to like if she's feeling unstable because her powers can tend to be a little bit more destructive. Um and so she's just, blonde hair that's more almost silvery in appearance like when you I forgot what kind of style that is, like the dye type, but it's like a shimmering kind of almost color changing like a prism. And so is it blonde or is it gray with the prism? You don't know. Depending on the light, it shifts just like the aurora borealis. But normal clothes, like there's no suit yet. Um, but she's probably stayed home from school today, just because she's feeling a little bit like twitchy.
Mhm. Absolutely. And your
Oh,
caretaker, whoever that is to
my
you,
my parents, yeah.
your parents, I'll say your father will sort of gently knock on the door and slide it open. Do they know that you have powers?
Uh, yeah, yeah. I think they've signed some kind of NDA with like the government or something. The whole family has just because it's like, yeah, okay, everyone's aware that superheroes exist. Everyone knows about aliens, but we don't have to talk about how like we almost had an incursion here with an invasion and people were getting, abducted. So they know, but they don't really talk about it outside of the house, I think.
Of course. Uh, your dad will sort of knock on the door, gently open it. He is holding cough medicine because he doesn't know exactly. They don't really know how to take care of you when you're feeling unstable. So he's brought you cough medicine. He's brought you some of your favorite little treats. And he sort of leans in. Hey, sweetie, are you feeling okay? Can I come in, sit with you for a bit? I
Uh,
brought you cough medicine and some snacks.
Thanks, Dad. Yeah, you can come in. I'm still a little bit under the weather, but I appreciate it if you want to come in and hang out. Um,
He comes in. Your dad is a balding 40-year-old middle management type white collar. So he's dressed for work, but he stayed home because he wants to take care of you and spend time with you. And he sort of shuffles over and he sits at the end of your bed and he sets the little tray down on your nightstand.
um, is it like the non-drowsy cough medicine?
It looks like he brought both.
Okay, I will, to make him feel better, take the take the non-drowsy one because I don't want to get sleepy, but I also don't want him to feel bad. So I will take the medicine that will not have any side effects, and it's just cough medicine. So just like the non-drowsy kids formula of cough
He
medicine.
gives you a little smile at seeing that. And then he sort of clears his throat. Hey, listen, sweetie. Your mother and I have been discussing an idea with the government. Being as we can't really talk about what happened to you, but we did find out that there was a program, an academy where people learn to control powers like yours all the time, and we thought maybe you could go to this school instead to maybe sort of learn how to control your powers, and then we can work on your regular schoolwork in the backdrop if you're feeling up to it. Does that sound like something you would want?
Uh, yeah, that sounds great. She's like a little bit taken aback, like, oh wow, this is like the best thing I've heard in like months. Because I think she really wants to learn how to control her powers, and that's she wants to use them. She wants to be a cool superhero like she sees on the TV. But right now she's just a little dweeb. Uh, but yeah, she'd actually like I think perk up at that and like less sick feeling and more excited looking, and be like, I think that's a great idea, Dad. Like that's amazing. How did you? The government told you about this? They just came by?
Well, no, we reached out to them because you were missing a lot of school. We were worried that you wouldn't be able to catch up. But if you go to this school, you'll get a nice government sanctioned job, and they won't have to worry about us violating our non-disclosure agreement. Legally, it all pans out very well, I think, for everyone. And if this is something that you're interested in, then we don't have to worry about the regular schoolwork at all.
I think I kind of want to keep doing my regular schoolwork for a little while and think about the job offer. I'm only like 17. I think it's a little soon to be thinking about signing
Well,
any job offers just yet, but I'll consider it.
it's not a job offer yet, dear. It's a little school for heroes. Um, you'll go and you'll learn how to be a hero there. How to maybe
Oh,
even how to sort of control your powers and feel better.
oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that sounds perfect. If it's one thing about Kian's character is going to fight everything and Elsie's character is going to destroy the government. Um and that's just two known TTRPG facts. And that's just how it is. I'm going to destroy the government. I'm sure my FBI agent is super excited to hear me say that. All right, I'm done. I'm done, JT. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Your dad sort of nods and stands up with that dad grunt, getting up off of a surface that was just a little too low for him to sit on. Um, and he sort of shuffles out, and he turns around and he blows you a little kiss. I love you, sweetheart, and I'll let the government know that we can meet with their academy representatives today.
Thanks,
Uh,
Dad.
and he turns around, he closes the door behind him, and we will zoom away, and as though we were going to go back to the shade afterwards, we are instead disrupted, moving through the streets to well, I guess it's entirely up to you, JD, what you're up to at the moment. But if you would please describe your character as you sort of interrupt our introduction sequence.
So I think we find Avery in their parole officer's office. They are sitting in a chair, and they are dressed in street clothes, in civilian clothes, but this also doubles as their uniform. And it is a pair of ripped black jeans, combat boots that have been painted all over with nail polish, so it's like starting to flake off. They are wearing like a band t-shirt and a black trench coat, and they just have their arms crossed over their chest and are glowering. Their hair is long and dark with blue streaks, and it is just shoved messily behind their ears. And their eyes are an unusual blue. Like, they can't entirely hide the fact that they have powers because it is an electric blue color. And they are just sitting there glaring at their parole officer, being like, look, I didn't actually steal anything from the bank. I just wanted to show that I could do it, but I didn't actually do it. Like, you know, you get bored sometimes convincing the ATMs to, like, give you money, which I've never done, and you cannot prove that I did. And if there is security footage, someone doctored that. But, like, I don't know why I'm here, because it wasn't that bad.
Son, I'm not
your son. I'm not your son, so, like, jot that down.
There is footage of you at the bank with the rest of that gang, and the ATM is spitting out copious amounts of cash in the midst of this actual robbery. By the way, guns, very dangerous. You should not be around them. I think that
I wasn't holding one. There wasn't a gun in my hand.
I did see that, and I have let Judge McClary know that you were not armed during this event. But he is not particularly happy with you right now.
Well, he's just biased against me.
Right? No, he's biased against the numerous crimes that you have documented evidence of.
Numerous?
You shut off an ATM, you shut down the security system, and even before all of this, you are responsible for a number of cybersecurity issues.
Can't prove that. That was the work of an elite hacker.
Well, okay, all right.
That, you know, we should all.
Proof is in the pudding there, champ. You know, a jury of your peers went over the evidence and do consider you to have, beyond a reasonable doubt, been responsible for those crimes, and that, you know, that's just something that we're gonna have to roll with, right? I want you to be better. I want you to be able to, you know, see your powers and your being for what it is, and that's not a curse or anything that you know, anything that burdens you or keeps you from having friends in a home, but you know, a gift. And so Judge McCleary thought it might be pertinent to get in contact with the North Star, and she would like to offer you a position as a student at the Phoenix Academy.
Why the fuck would I want to go there? Like,
well,
why
okay.
would I want to do that? They're just the do-gooders. Like, I don't need that. Like, you're right. I don't have a home, and that's just something that I've accepted. I don't need one. I definitely don't need to be at a school. I don't need friends. I have friends.
Your friends robbed a bank.
They're just... Yeah, they did. But I learned a lot about what not to do.
I don't want you to rob any banks. I don't want that to be a lesson that you're learning. And listen, I know I said offer like you had a choice in the matter, but you kind of don't. It's Judge McCleary referred to this as impromptu community service.
Why would you make me think that it's a choice if it's like not actually a choice? Like, why wouldn't you just say, "Hey Avery, you're gonna go to the Phoenix Academy and you're gonna make friends and you're not gonna rob a bank and you're not gonna hack any computers"?
Well, okay, the stuff that they do at the Phoenix Academy, hacking computers is not off the table. I want you to feel like you do have some control of the situation, and you do for what it's worth. You can, you'll decide which friends you get to make, which classes you take, and what kind of, maybe eventually what kind of person you actually want to be.
And I mean, what happens if I don't show up at class? Like, maybe I get busy, maybe I can't be there. Am I just, gonna violate the terms of my parole? If I don't make friends, am I gonna be violating the terms of my parole? If I do unsanctioned computer hacking that isn't a part of a class, is that going to violate my parole?
Most of those things will, yeah.
Cool.
We would just really like to see you succeed, is all. You have a lot of potential, son, and we want you to be able to... Well, we want you to be able to see that in a better light than you have been.
Okay, still not your son. Still not your son. So again, jot that down. Make a note for yourself. Keep that in mind for the next time. And you know what? Maybe what I want to be is an elite hacker. So who knows? Maybe I'll learn some cool things at the school that let me do my job even better.
But can't you just maybe think about not doing it as a cybersecurity risk to most of the infrastructure of our economic system?
There are problems with the system, and I aim to fix those problems. So, like, I don't know, maybe I don't want to do government-sanctioned hacking. Maybe I want to take down the government.
Well, you can't say that in your parole officer's office, son. I know you don't mean that right now, so I'm not going to write it down on our little meeting sheet. No, I don't think you do.
I definitely mean that.
Okay, listen. Here's the thing, right? We've been generous. We've tried you as a juvenile for as long as we can, but Judge McCleary has made it clear if you don't shape up, we're going to have to try you as an adult and send you to Supermax. Because you are a threat that the government cannot continue to ignore.
Government thinks I'm a threat.
Now, I feel like maybe you're taking that out of context, son, and... Listen, just, please, give it a chance. I want you to keep an open mind about this.
As Avery is sitting there, electricity from the outlets starts to stretch out towards their hands, and they just look at their parole officer, and any amusement that had been there is gone, and they just look at them and say, "All right, I'm only going to say this one more time. You call me son one more time, and it is going to get ugly in here."
we're going to the school now. We're going to meet with Ava Ivory, and I hope that you will be amicable to the other recruits that will be there.
Sure, yes, sir.
I feel like maybe you're being a little pedantic on purpose, but that's okay. You're allowed to be pedantic because this is a tough situation for anyone to be in.
God, I'm so glad I have your permission.
Now, could you please put the electricity away?
I mean, the electricity is always there, but
Right,
they do
but, like,
let it go.
Actively out. Okay, thank you. We're taking my car. It's not very fancy or fast, but it gets me places. And we're gonna go to the academy together. I'll get you a coffee and a treat before we go down, if you want.
I mean, first of all, I could steal us a car. That
No,
wouldn't be hard.
no,
but
that's Grand Theft Auto. We can't
also-
do that.
I mean, if you're not looking, maybe it's my car.
This isn't a plausible deniability situation here. You don't have registration for any vehicle, sir. Avery.
I also don't have a license, so there is that too.
Well, we're gonna get you one if you want it, just as long as you don't continue to steal cars.
I haven't admitted to stealing a car yet. I've just said it's possible.
Right, but like hypothetically though.
Hypothetically, I could
and
steal
you're-
a car. Correct.
Your parole officer stands up and begins to sort of gather the paperwork and opens the door for you to leave, and you follow him out, and we sort of follow the car as it begins to drive down the road. Shade and Elena, you guys are making your way down the road as well, to meet with the Legacy first. Meet with Rocklis. Sarah, you arrive. Yes, Elsie?
I want to know what sick tunes Elena forced the Shade to listen to on this road trip.
If I could actually briefly frame this scene, I think
Yeah, absolutely.
heading towards the kind of as Shade is asking questions like, "Who are you?" Or "What are your powers? How do you prefer to be called?" in the third person sense, and things like that. Eventually, have you ever been in a limousine?
In one of your classes, no, I don't think I've been in a limo.
Right. Well, fortunately, it's not the stretch kind, and he'll just pop a very just fancier civilian-looking car right in the back, control the tunes from back there, and he'll give us a lift. And he's already out of costume and in more of a Lamont Allard, the billionaire philanthropist.
Excellent. Elena has fully stolen the documents or whatever, and we'll be just flipping through those in the back, largely focused on the Legacy for inexplicable reasons. Just sort of flipping through so Lamont? Did I hear that correctly?
Lamont Allard.
Huh. Wasn't sure you had a mundane name.
Well, it's best to create a legacy, and, well, despite owning some corporations and several other trust funds for the city, I like to remain in the background. It helps keep the hero work down, and, well, can't have your name in the papers too much.
Business. No, you've done a job of that. Never mind. You got the aux cord?
It should be Bluetooth.
Oh, sick. Do we have Bluetooth? What year is this?
Yes, you have Bluetooth.
I'm a billionaire. I have Bluetooth.
I invented Bluetooth, damn it.
Invented it! Honestly, wouldn't be shocked.
Oh, yeah, no, I wouldn't put it past him, actually. Yeah, no, Elena turns on just like the most heinous mix of it's like 90s like girl pop, right? And then there's like some like truly emo shit in there, and then like inexplicably ska. Like that's the vibes. And there is no rhyme or reason to it. It is not a playlist. This is like her like phone on shuffle, basically. Yeah, it's delightful and heinous. She's just bopping and rummaging through the files, trying to get the lowdown on these fools. Paying a lot of attention to the legacy because I don't know.
Where we're going
about
next,
that.
obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's that reason, and that's
Only reason.
no other reason. Yeah, no, the idea of somebody inheriting powers just I don't know, makes Elena sad a little bit. So she's not quite excited about this.
Yeah, it is a gentle drive over. Avery, you and your parole officer, Jesse, is his name. You guys pass by a limo on your way to the Phoenix Academy. And Shade and Elena, you guys arrive at a big house. Like truly in the heart of downtown big. Big iron gates with a butterfly on the front. This is the legacy indeed. One of the longest and oldest legacies in Cape Havoc.
I should have recognized the powers noted of the Rupelocera line.
No, that tracks. This place is massive. It's like trying to see the top.
Right as the limo pulls up to the gate opens almost on cue. You guys pull up to the front door where Rupelocera, your mother, is waiting to greet them. You have returned from your run. The suit fits very well. And she leads you guys into the living room, big lavish couches, and a nice modern coffee table in the center, where she turns to you, Rupelocera, and says, "Dear, this is the Shade and a student from the academy. They're here to discuss your admissions and address any questions you might have."
I'm gonna very quickly, because I didn't do a physical description earlier because I cared more about the suit than her civvy look. She's got like this like medium length curly hair, and then the outfit itself is this kind of like strapping two-piece where there's like a butterfly over the chest in like pure like metallic bisexual lighting all time. Glowing piece with a skirt that comes down into like almost like a Roman style battle skirt. And she has wrist guards also shaped like butterflies in the same like bisexual paint job. And beyond that, she's just got like a pair of like tall knee-high combat boots, and her face has been painted so it looks like there's scales around her eyes and a kind of a gold to silver motif. And she's like standing a little nervously, like unsure how confidently she should be like in this exuding any like aura in this moment, and has a hand behind her back and kind of does like a half bow and says, we like this academy. And there's like maybe like a moment where eye contact happens between the two students.
Elena looks inexplicably a little bit sad, but not interested. Very like, oh, this is okay. But a lot of emotions happening. But just sort of like awkward gay handshake. Like I'm not quite sure what to do. I'm not going to bow because that seems excessive. It would be weird coming from me. It seems right coming from you. It feels weird coming from me, so I'm just. I'm Elena from the academy.
There's like a moment where Aisha looks at her mother and then doesn't even like wait for a confirmation. Goes, "I'm Aisha."
Aisha is just so excited for the opportunity to attend the academy. We were very pleased to hear that Ava wanted us around, or that the offer had been extended. So, I will go and grab us some drink and some snacks. Do you guys have any preferences? I can get us pretty much anything.
Nothing so difficult. We are on a schedule, and we do have other stops to make.
Right,
I
yes.
wouldn't want to. I'm ready to go if you guys are.
Oh, so you're in already? We don't need to convince you or anything?
You had to convince my mother, and I guess she was convinced this morning.
That's good. That's good. Just like looks to the shade like, I don't know what word. You're the adult.
Then let's tarry no longer, students. Have you, quickly, you can both sit in the back and play more of those excellent tunes.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a okay thing.
One about the skater boy was very intriguing. Quite the narrative tale.
It's a good one. Almost him, huh?
Yes, well,
you guys climb back into the limousine and play more of Lamont's favorite, the ska music.
only inexplicably ska.
It's just
Yes.
like weirdly ska when you least expect it. Ska. Just when you've lulled you into a false sense of emo. Ska.
Oh, there
Absolutely.
might be noticed that like Aisha doesn't recognize a single song, no matter how popular.
Theater, they're popular, to be honest.
I mean, like obviously not the ska, but like Skater Boy was mentioned. She would not
Yeah.
recognize that.
In this universe, that's indie. It's fine.
No, But yes, I suppose we head to our next destination.
Let's do it.
Realizing perhaps I should have brought the stretch if we're to fit 2 more in there, but someone can sit up front.
There is very clearly room for 2 more people.
Where are you headed next?
You guys come to a... I guess, Keen, if you want to describe your neighborhood a little bit, what your house looks like, etc.
Sure. Very basic suburbia. There is a country club at the entrance to the neighborhood that has a golf course in the background that wastes a lot of water. A fountain that is emptied and cleaned far too much. It's a very wasteful space environmentally, and Eli is not a fan of that. But driving through, it's not cookie cutter houses quite, but you'll start to see kind of the same repetitive styles. We live in a American colonial style house, red brick front, completely flat, bright green door, row of windows across the top, probably 4 or 5 windows on either side of the door. It is, just the most unassuming, perfectly manicured lawn. There's a lawn, like somebody comes and takes care of the lawn. Does not match at all who Eli is as a person. But yeah, there's 2 living rooms, and probably if there are any guests coming, it's one of the living rooms that Eli's mom would direct people to.
I will say, Eli, your mother did not mention that you guys would be having guests.
Oh no.
And the 3 of you arrive at this house. You approach and you knock. And Eli, your mother, you hear your mother open the door from your room or wherever you are spending your time, I presume. And you see, again, just a quaint woman of her means. Oh, you must be the people from the academy.
Yes, and thank you so much for allowing us a chance to speak with your child. May we come in?
Yes, absolutely. Can I interest you in any drink, snacks? I just made more eggs. I have a growing child, and he is hitting a growth spurt.
As they do, as they do. What'll be fine for me? And I turn to the other two.
Has been nursing the same coffee since they left. I'm all right, thanks.
I'm fine. Thank you for opening your home to us.
You guys come in. It's a nice, quaint little home. It's exactly what you'd expect a suburbia home to be. And she looks up the staircase, sort of off to the side of the entrance, and shouts up, "Eli, if you could come down to the living room for a moment."
Eli was in kind of like the upstairs, like kind of game space. Little game chairs, probably a PlayStation 2. I'm basing this just off of what my personal preferences would be. The PlayStation 2 was the best one. But PlayStation 2 up there, and was in the middle of a game, and as soon as the shade started talking, Eli like threw the controller and like on all fours to not be seen, like slid into their room. Immediately, just that thing of like, fuck, my families have company over and I don't want to be summoned to talk to them. And when she calls up to me, there's just like this heavy sigh, and I kind of lean against the door. And as much as I want to argue, my mom is my mom, and she helps take care of me and she looks after me. So I will very quickly put on something a little bit more presentable, because I know that she does not want me walking downstairs in the lounge clothes that I wear at home. And I will go down the stairs, and seeing the visuals of the people who have come into my home, I will stop on the stairs and just stare.
You must be Eli.
Sweetie, these are, this is Lamont Delore, and a couple students from the Phoenix Academy. I wanted it to be a surprise, but since you're so keen on doing hero work, I reached out, and they said that they would be very interested in meeting you.
Oh. Well, here I am, and I am slowly retreating back up the stairs.
There you are.
She does reach up and grab your hand to, like, hold you in place, at least.
We just want to talk about, if you wanted to come study at the academy with us, they have a lot to offer if you're gonna be, doing what you do already. They help us do it safer. Help us get good at it.
I mean, school's not really my thing. I don't know if you've seen my grades, but they're not great.
I wouldn't call this traditional schooling.
We've adapted several varieties of teaching methods that we find fit students such as yourself, as many others.
I have math in like 3 semesters.
You should probably look into doing that at some point.
No, I like the sound of that.
I'm helping. Just to look like I'm trying to give him what he wants.
Yes, sweetie, it's a hero school. You won't learn traditional subjects. You learn hero stuff.
By the sounds of it, it's stuff you've already been doing. It's just tools to do it better.
There'll also be people our age around.
I know people
Get it.
my age, and I think I do a pretty decent job of what I'm doing right now. So,
Right, but sweetie, also, Phoenix Academy students aren't hunted by the police for what they do.
We can get you sanctioned.
Eli looks appropriately shamed at the mention of the police, and has been holding the banister, afraid that their mom will continue to pull him down the stairs. And it's not quite cracking, but it is clear that there is kind of this hue around his hand, and he is holding the banister very tightly. And it's kind of a gray. It's just kind of like a darker aura that's around his hand. I mean, no math and no police does sound great.
And there's more. So much more than that. But at the end of the day, it is your choice.
Do I get a cool getup like what you have?
Well, this suit is, he's just wearing a sports jacket right now. I know I'm in the full. He's just in a very nice, well, I suppose if you'd like, I could take you to a tailor and get you set up in something nice, but if you're referring to something more costumed...
No. The suit. Will you pay for the suit?
Well, we have to get you properly sized, so I'd have to be there to have my personal tailor see to it, but of course. If that's what it takes to get you on board, then no cops, no math, and a nice, well-tripped suit.
Well,
Pretty great when you put it like that.
we'll start with the suit and go from there.
Well, we have to start picking up another prospective student.
Oh, I can walk, or my
Well,
mom
you should
can
come
drive
along.
me, or...
As you can see the effectiveness of the arguments of your fellow pupils.
Well, I'm not a fan of the middle seat, so,
You want to sit up front?
I mean...
A look to Lamont like, and get to sit up front?
I figured one would enjoy the comfort of the back, where you have all the amenities. It's a limousine, of course, but, you know.
I'm gonna lean in toward the other two. What is he talking about?
A pretty nice car.
The Shademobile or something? It's...
Oh no, the Shademobile's back in the Umbral Cave.
This is different? Do you have a secret second Shademobile?
That's just my regular car.
No, you've done the secret thing well. You've done the secret thing well. It's a nice car. It's a
I
nice car.
finally earned
You can
an
have the aux
access.
cord if you want. Does that help?
Uh,
I've been bothering Lamont with ska. He doesn't seem to care.
Everything that you're saying is just getting better and better. Yeah,
Yeah?
sure.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm gonna turn to my mom very quickly and say, I'm getting the suit and I'm getting out. I don't want to do this.
Oh, sweetie, they're going to tour the school today with the rest of the prospect. I know we were a bit harsh on you last year when your powers manifested, but this is the best way I could see to support you, was to get you in a place where you don't have to worry about being arrested for doing what you seem to enjoy doing.
Go to this orientation and hear what they have to say.
Thank you.
Of course. And I do not hug my mother very often because I want to be manly. And I will lean in and give my mom a hug. And kind of hold her a little bit tighter because baby at heart, I do not want to leave my mom and go with these strange people. But a nice tailored suit sounds lovely. And so I will head out to this delightful car And
It's a limousine fully holding up traffic because people don't know how to get around it.
It's not a stretch, to be fair. It's a personal luxury car. You know, it's 3 seats in the back, 1 in the front. I need to make it very clear that could be a limo and not a stretch limo.
should have been a super stretch.
I'm considering it as we add more and more people to the retinue, but it's the stretch of the imagination.
I will climb in. I'm gonna grab whatever amenities I can. M&M's, Sprite. I'm gonna be eyeing any alcohol that's in there, but I told my mom I wouldn't drink before I was 21. And if I do get the aux cord, we are listening to metal music the entire way. Whole way.
We're gonna be best friends.
We're gonna zoom forward a little bit, follow the car. Hold on 1 second. Just a moment, please. Just 1 second, please.
First of all, when is it not manly to hug your mother? I feel like it's the most manly thing you can
It's
do.
true.
Second of all, better make it a super stretch. Yeah, there's a detour.
That was just for you, BB.
Cecilia, you hear a loud thumping and music coming up the way, and it just keeps getting louder and louder as you see this big fancy car pull up to your home from your bedroom window.
I just want to say it was probably a short ride. I don't think Kid, did you see my message? I think we live in the same neighborhood. I think
That's fair.
I think I forgot your character's name already.
Eli. Wow.
I can't remember anything about Kian today. That's
Elsie, you have been bullying me all morning.
How is it bullying if it's not intentional?
Just for you.
Wait, what did you say your character's name was?
Just for Eli. Oh my god.
Okay.
Brand.
Good
A
night.
beautiful time.
It's so bad for me. Eli and Cecilia live in the same neighborhood. So, but not like the same section of the neighborhood. It's like you know, you have the cul-de-sacs and neighborhoods within neighborhoods. It's like probably on the other side of the neighborhood, like the farthest away you can get from the golf course, because sometimes they can break car windows and nobody likes that. So, once did her dad tell her that they were coming today? Because she would have gotten up and ready.
All he told you was that he was gonna go talk to the government to let them know that you were interested.
The government.
We'll
Fucking
let
get
the
dismantled.
government know.
But you do after a minute you hear your dad call up for you. Cece, your friends are here. If you want to come down and meet them.
Friends before I met my friends. I love this for me. I quickly changed. Like, it's like a very oopsie daisies. I woke up 8 minutes before I'm supposed to be at class, scramble out of bed and like try to brush your teeth and put your clothes on at the same time and not get toothpaste on them. I don't do that ever in my life. I don't know what you're talking about. And then she brushes her hair and heads down the stairs as fast as she can, almost like missing a step and tumbling headfirst into the door, but it's okay. She caught herself, so.
And you see your dad welcoming them. Come in. I would have had more prepared, but you know, the old wife is off at the hospital doing her work, and we have to do grocery shopping tonight, so I don't have a lot to offer, but I can give you water or and he turns and he sees you. Oh, Cece, these are the Phoenix Academy people.
Hey, nice to meet you. It's a pleasure to meet you all, and I'm glad you're here, and this is really exciting for me.
We've just been very excited to meet you as well. So, I suppose there'll be no fuss or arguments about coming along with some strangers in a car?
Well, there wasn't going to be, but when you put it like that, should I be asking more questions?
It seems only fair, you should.
Is it safe to go with four strangers in a car? Like, I'm gonna look at my dad like, this is not what we talked about. Like,
Do
He
you
gives
have
you like a
superpowers?
thumbs up, like you're doing great.
well,
Based off the descriptions of your power set, I believe you have nothing to worry about. Though
Me too.
I would caution perhaps wearing earplugs. The music has increased in volume.
I think I'll be fine. I did hear you guys coming before you pulled up into the driveway or in front of my house, so I don't think we own earplugs. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. It's fine.
Probably turn it. If we just like looks at Eli like we could probably turn it down if we need to. Like clearly doesn't want to, but like.
Elsie, have we met at this point?
Yeah, I would say so. Like in the neighborhood, if we do live in the same neighborhood, I'm sure our paths. My nose is just so bad. It's the glitter. We probably like passed like at the neighborhood pool and stuff. Like there's stuff to do in a bougie neighborhood like this. So it's the kid gang kind of situation.
Kid gang. We all used to ride bikes together up and down the whatever
We would go to
hills
the
we could
grocery
find.
store.
Terrorize the
like-
old neighborhood.
Yep.
Ride your bike to the local McDonald's and think you're so cool because you crossed a busy street.
Yep. The bikes with the little pegs on the back so that people could stand.
Yes, my parents wouldn't let me have those.
I crashed my bike on those. When Elena says that we could turn down the music, Eli makes eyes with, or like locks eyes with Cecilia and says, "Absolutely not." And there's not disdain, but Eli is not pleased by this second surprise of the day.
Okay,
Like a little bit.
I mean, okay. We don't have to turn it down. I'm gonna look at I cannot pronounce your name. What is your mundane name, please, Hannah?
Aisha?
Yeah,
Aisha? Like the Pokemon? I mean, not the Pokemon, the Neopet?
it's Aisha. It's Aisha.
I'm the Pokemon. You're the Neopet. And I'll be like, what if I was gonna say what if we vote, but then it might have just be 2 and 2. And I'm getting the vibe that it's not an option to turn it down, so it'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Long drive. It'll be all right.
Did you just say
It's
I'll
enjoyable.
drive?
It's not a long drive.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll drive. Hey Shay, toss me the keys.
I take it out at the
drifting.
moment.
Deja vu.
Next time for sure.
Yes, of course.
You guys pile into the car. You begin to make your way back to the Phoenix Academy. Avery, your parole officer, has stopped at a fast food joint and is asking if you want anything.
Yeah, I want coffee.
I don't think they're serving coffee anymore, sport. It's 12 p.m.
Why wouldn't they still be selling coffee? People like me need it. Also, not just not your son, also not sport. You are not my dad.
What about
I don't
Champ?
have a dad. No, I don't have a dad, and I don't need you to be one.
I'm not trying to be your dad. I just, I feel like I should call you something. Avery feels a little.
Yeah, I have a name.
Well, it feels so formal.
You can call-
We're boys. We've been doing this for a long time.
Well, I mean, you keep accusing me of being the hacker Crash Override, so call me Crash Override. Or call me Crash.
I'm a bud.
Absolutely not.
Okay, all right. I'll think of something in the meantime. And he orders his food. The 6 of you are making your way to Phoenix Academy. You are in the town square now. Moving through traffic is a nightmare here this time of day. And I received an ultra villain point. I think maybe the first one ever redeemed on the Lost Caravan, which is maybe the highest honor ever. So I'm going to use it because, well, who would I be if I didn't use one of the greatest honors bestowed upon me? Cecilia, you begin to get a headache. A really bad headache. And the rest of you can see that Cecilia has sort of begun to glow, and their powers are starting to activate. And then outside you see people running from the square. You look to where they're running from, and you see a small black moat hanging in the air above the town square. And in an instant, that black moat releases a flash of light. And as that flash of light washes over all of you, blinds you temporarily, we're going to cut to break. So, thank you everybody for sticking with us so far. We will be back in about 10-ish minutes to resolve the spending of a villain point in a way that I think is going to be very fun and cool for me. But thank you. Back in 10 minutes. Hoop, take us away. Hello, everybody. Welcome back from break, where we are having just a dandy old time returning to a not at all distressing situation. Thank you, Hoop. Last we left our lovely little soon-to-be heroes. They were moving through town square. Avery with Jesse, the parole officer, and then the remaining four with their escort, the Shade. As we watched Cecilia sort of begin to get a headache, and then begin glowing with magical aurora powers. Not magical, very scientific. A black boat in the sky exploded in a brilliant light, temporarily blinding you, and as your sight returns to you, you see hovering up in the sky a tall humanoid with, let's say, charcoal black skin. It seems more metallic than that, and green neon circuitry around that seems to shift colors, not dissimilar to a certain natural light phenomenon that happens on Earth. This being has two big horns protruding from its head and a single massive eye in its face that is equally color shifting and is seems to be scanning the ground. Attention, puny pests of planet Earth. My moniker is I believe the roughest translation for you would be the Overlord. Some Auroran tech got lost on your world not too long ago. We are here to reclaim it, and I am here to subjugate this planet for the sake of the Empire. The easier you come and bring me my tech, the easier it's going to be on the remainder of this planet when I wipe this punk into a crater. Don't worry, you will go fast, and you will not be missed. So, once again, I'm giving you a choice. Bring me my tech, or I'll detonate the whole planet. Up to you. Traffic is stopped, obviously, and this being is hanging over the town square, carefully scanning and watching after speaking.
Linda just comes back like another one of these overlords.
Wait, actually, world question. Do we have a world government? Or is it like
no.
still... Okay, in that case.
Does the government have the tech?
You're the tech.
Sweetie, you're the tech.
Oh, I'm the tech. It's me?
I mean,
It
you're the
is
player.
you.
You should
We
know
heard
that.
it's you. It's you, Jesus.
It's you, Jesus.
I don't think
Is it me?
I don't think any of our characters know this.
Yeah, I
I
don't
mean-
think any of us know this. I mean, I'm having migraines.
You're
so-
literally flaring up with power as this thing is here.
Okay, well, just tell me to stop doing that. Maybe it'll work.
Once
I
it-
don't know.
Knock off. Step out. Yeah, that'll go over really well.
First off, Lamont will kind of. Is everyone okay?
I'm sitting there, like, holding my head, just like, I don't even think I answer. Just like, doubled over. Like,
Glowing quite brightly there, my illuminated ally.
go again. The obliteration. You're not gonna get an answer. It's gonna be like one of those, like, it's a pain so bright and like almost heated that you feel behind your eyes. Like, it's so loud and so bright that it's causing her ears to ring. And there's probably like some muttering of like, make it stop. Like, I don't know what's happening. Because I don't think this has happened before. This is like,
The last time you
Insane.
experienced anything like this was when you first integrated with the tech.
gotcha. So I have some familiarity with it, but no idea how or why to stop it.
Correct.
Okay.
I think I's just gonna reach over and like put like a comforting hand on your shoulder.
Eli's got a hand on the door.
Mm.
Door open, foot halfway out.
Tuck
I don't
it
know how
in.
fast anybody else is moving, but
Yeah,
Eli
I
is fucking ready.
Is the car stopped?
It
Car
is.
is
Yeah.
stopped, yes,
Okay.
and
Lamont, we need to get these guys.
Maybe I
To
wanted a key
the
to Tuck It
academy.
In again.
we might not have time. I look forward at the traffic situation.
You're not getting through there.
She is in
I'm
no place
going-
to fight.
Justice does not put a mark on the calendar for when it must be dealt. And I do wanna start a call to North Star. Northern
yeah.
Star. I'm gonna call OnStar and tell them
Yeah,
there's an
North
accident.
Star activated.
You attempt to make a call out, and you were immediately met with the most ear-piercing, disgusting radio feedback that you've ever had to deal with. This thing is clearly giving off some sort of disruptor.
Mm-hmm. Click that off. He'll hit a button that'll start to shift the car so that the front seats now can turn, and the central dash will kind of just descend. Right. Got ourselves a bit of a situation here, my scholarly beginners.
So let's go. Let's go handle it.
Well, not
Yeah.
in the state you're in. Do you have your get-ups, your equipment? Are you prepared?
This is literally all that I have.
Do you care for your identity to be concealed?
Not particularly.
Well then, at the very least, I motion towards the rest of them. Will you all require that? I can get your things from the back, and I'll hit it, and like the back window kind of expands, and the trunk space is accessible.
Damn, now Eli wants something because that was fucking cool.
Just watch your heads in case there's anything shifted around.
Absolutely.
Good. She's a very conservative. Cece fucking doubled over. I don't think she's gonna be able to fight like this. I have a potentially goofy move that might help her.
I love goofy moves. Let's hear it.
Can I do something?
Oh,
Can I do something? Elsie, permission to do something goofy?
Just a little
To your
silly
guy?
thing, absolutely.
Just like a little silly thing.
A little silly thing with my guy, absolutely.
I
Anything
might.
for
This might
you.
be using my powers to some extent. Because what?
Wait, hold on. Time out, Kit. You about
Yeah.
to like put 5 doom on your character again in the.
Don't worry about
podcast,
it. Don't
right?
worry about it. I don't have any doom yet. It's fine. I'm a baby now. I'm not dying. You don't know that. But one of my powers is vitality absorption, and it seems like there's a lot of extra vitality going into this corporeal form at the moment. Can I see if I can't get into that little noggin and siphon some of it out and sort of, make some space in there? So all of my stuff is brain powers. And I feel
And
like what's going on
we're-
here is excess brain energy happening.
Access brain cell.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I will go ahead and have you roll to use your powers.
Sick. Gnarly. And that is that the
Just one
superior?
second. I think that's plus freak to use
Plus
your powers.
Freak?
I'm like 90% sure. 1 second.
Unleash
Yeah.
your powers. Unleash
Yep.
your powers.
Look at the
open them
JD.
up.
Okay. Cool. Oh, hell yeah. It's a 6 and a 5 plus 1. That's a dirty 12.
A dirty 12, huh?
And it's up to y'all if I am frightening anyone involved doing this. That'll
Well,
matter.
what does it look like? What do they see as you begin to use your powers on Cecilia?
I think that hand at her back, I don't know that anyone other than Cecilia would notice that it's sort of like, when your hand starts to fall asleep? It feels like that, but it's like in a way that Cecilia can also feel it, like coming through. And if anyone is looking at Elena, just sort of like the eyes sort of like get a little sunken. There's like this creep of like, is the mascara running, or no, that's in her skin. And that sort of keeps going. And it is clearly taking a lot of concentration to do this, because this is not a normal way that she would use the powers. But I think she starts looking like she's about in as much pain as Cece is for a minute. And then hopefully it'll die down for both of them.
All right. Is anybody present scared of this occurrence? Does that frighten anybody?
Is Cece scared?
No,
I think
she's not looking,
Let's
so.
concern.
Apple is concerned. Shade, does that terrify you?
The fear has no hold on the heart of the shade.
Eli?
Good to know.
Eli knows Elena and has not seen this before, but has seen her powers before, so is not afraid.
Okay. And Rapalacera is only concerned. So,
Alrighty.
I would say that you're good to go for now.
Cool. Yeah.
On a 12, you sort of reach in and wing on some of this pain, and you feel it sort of dissipate from you. And Cecilia, your mind begins to clear up as you are sort of thrust back into the hectic nature of the situation.
Okay, awesome. It's gonna be like she'll sit up, like very up, like bolt upright as soon as she has some kind of clarity, and like it's no longer like, when it's too painful to breathe, but it's not necessarily like in your chest that's painful. It's like you just like don't know what to do with all the pain, so you're just like taking shallow breaths. So the moment she has a free way to actually take a deep breath in, it's just like a and then looking around, and there's like a slight fade to like a glowing in her eyes, like around the irises, and then it goes to that normal blue, and she just looks like terrified, not of Elena, but like of what happened, and is looking for answers to all of you, but I don't think she'll find them. So.
Yeah. Avery, what are you doing seeing this? You and Jesse are now also stopped in Times Square. Not Times Square, Town Square.
Avery is sitting there with their feet up on the dash, and they're just kind of watching what's unfolding, seeing the chaos start. That's all they're doing for the immediate moment.
Okay.
Right. Well, Unfortunately, it seems Lady Justice and I once more do a tango of terrible blows with the foe. If you wish to remain here and safe, I will not hold it against you. You are young and have bright futures all ahead of you. But if you wish, you'll have my support in any endeavor you seek to do, especially since it seems that there might be some sort of connection between Miss Spark and this creature.
Let's stop this before there's any more damage to the city.
Well spoken.
Cecilia,
But how?
are you good to fight? You don't have to.
No, I don't have an answer to whether I'm good enough good to fight or not. But I don't think there is an answer or a choice, I should say, to not fight. This seems like I'm involved somehow. It feels
And to walk away.
similar. No, that's not what a hero does. Why would I be here in this car going to a school to teach me how to be a better hero if I'm just going to walk away at the first sign of danger?
Live to save lives another day?
And let my friends sacrifice themselves first? Absolutely not.
Friends?
Seems back like.
Eli looks, for a moment, a little bit impressed with Cecilia. This is kind of the perfect girl who has always been around the neighborhood, and Eli has very begrudgingly never wanted to be impressed with her, and then seems to remember himself. And hearing the Shade say, "Let's go," I'm bolting out the car door.
Full on dead sprinting towards this hovering. I'll keep it plain. This hovering deity grade threat.
Yeah, and the Shade's
Okay.
gonna go meet it.
I'm gonna. If you're coming, come. Otherwise, I'm gonna make sure that he doesn't kill himself. And Aisha is gonna flip out of the car, and her light-based wings will appear on her back, and she'll fly after Eli.
Yeah.
Shit.
There she go.
Right. Brain powers, memories, telekinesis. What do you, we can work together. What's...
Who is that directed at, Kit?
Everybody. Everybody who's still in the car. What are y'all operating with? Like, it is go time, I guess.
Is it,
The jacket is coming off. It's go time.
The Shade
kill
works
something
with
with
the powers of darkness and justice, and he gets launched by the car, and she
And,
realizes he probably doesn't actually have powers.
Yeah, no, cool down, got
Just
it.
an old dude.
Yeah, no, you're Batman, yes.
Shade, I'm gonna have you roll to resist a powerful blow, because this guy's just gonna straight up knock you out of the sky.
Goes Grandpa.
Oh, man.
Alright, I just want to check. Roll plus conditions marked. I don't have any of those. Do I have any moves? Cool.
Pico.
5.
5.
Can I catch it?
I was gonna ask.
No, you want to roll low for take a powerful blow.
Oh, you do?
You wanna
Okay.
roll low, yeah.
That's
Oh,
right.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay, God.
I forgot that.
I was
We
very
were all like,
concerned.
oh shit, Grandpa's dead.
Grandpa died in this fight, actually.
Yeah.
5 minutes into the fight, we killed Grandpa.
The Shade's power is continuity, and there's just a lot of people calling themselves the Shade. There hasn't actually been one Shade this whole time.
Name me one shade, I bet you can't.
Yeah, you see this coming from a mile away. This thing is big, and it is slower than you. And so, with one of your gadgets, you easily whip out and correct course around the hand.
Redirect with a bit of sleight of hand magic as I become a ball of smoke that goes through, and he strikes, leaving nothing while I've ziplined away.
you've ziplined away, and Eli, you see the shade fly overhead. Who would like to go next?
I mean, classic Kian. I want to punch him.
Yeah. You the bull?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I would argue that this covers my power punch everyone, which is when I charge into a fight without hedging my bets, I shift my danger up and another label down.
Absolutely. Go ahead and shift your
Delightful.
danger up. And you are allowed to roll to unleash your powers on this thing.
Beautiful. I'm gonna shift mundane down for the record.
Okay.
And- well, yeah, okay. I would say it's unleashing my powers. I wanted to argue for directly engage a threat.
You can directly engage a threat as well. That's allowed.
Delightful. That is something that I would like to do. COD +3, but that's still only an 8.
An 8.
Yeah.
You do still get to pick one of the options listed. Also, tell us what this looks like. What happens as Eli begins to engage this thing?
There's sort of that aura that we saw earlier whenever they were holding on to the mantle on the stair, or the railing on the stairs, starts to kind of cover Eli's entire body, but it is kind of like shifting off of them in little jerks, because maintaining this is not something Eli is good at. Eli is much better at explosionary force, and so I'm going to use it to kind of launch myself off of the ground, and it definitely like kind of shifts whatever cars are kind of in that area, kind of pushes them, rocks them just a little bit, because Eli is powerful with this, but again, very untrained. And I am going to fly up and just try and sucker punch it directly in the face. But seeing the shade flying overhead, Eli's an idiot, but they're not a complete idiot. I would like to create an opportunity for my allies to engage by kind of distracting this thing. I don't know how big he is. I would like to hit him in the eyeball, the left eyeball, if I am able to. Just to be a nuisance. That is my preferred method of engagement.
Absolutely. Banner. You are creating an opportunity. I will say the next person who acts will get a +1 forward to their roll. With said opportunity.
I think
I'll call on someone.
I think
Go ahead.
Seeing how things are going down, I was just gonna try and while this Colossus is like distracted, take a moment to try and unleash her powers and like hit it in like the gut with her eye beam.
Yeah, absolutely. Would you like to unleash your powers, or are you trying to directly engage, do you think?
I think I'm trying to unleash my powers. I want to mark a condition.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I roll +3. Oh, that's a 13. Because that was double 6s.
A 13 is beautiful.
So yeah, I imagine like you almost see like, because she's also still getting used to her powers, like she starts to fall a little as like the energy from her wings goes up to her eye, and then like it strikes out in the same kind of blue, and then like once like a little smoke coming from her eyes, like she like catches herself again as the wings re-manifest.
Absolutely, and this thing sort of does stagger just a little bit. Your beams did affect it, but they did not seem to pierce the whatever metallic armor this thing is made of.
It's trying to make it angry at me. Get its attention.
What's next? I'll
Have I
call.
been considered to
Oh wait,
go
I'll go,
already?
I'll go.
No,
Yeah.
no, he's
I'll go.
just
Okay.
taking an action against
I'll
you.
go.
Yeah,
I'll
go.
Okay, I want to charge up my powers, so I roll plus conditions, which I don't have any, to get some burn. What did I get?
Absolutely.
That is a 9, and so on a 9, on a 7 to 9, mark a. I don't have any bonuses. Wait, did I go next? So I get +1 forward.
Yeah, you'll get +1 forward to this.
What does that mean?
You add 1 to your next roll.
So this roll?
Sure.
So that's a 10. So on a hit, which is a hit, hold 3 burn, and I don't have to take any conditions. So thank you, Kian, for
Mhm.
that. So now I have 3 burn, and I feel like Reality Storm is an excellent choice right now, because I started with being overwhelmed with powers. I was taking enough energy thanks to Elena to not be overwhelmed but still have all of this. So I just want to do like an explosive kind of burst of power, just like kind of like if I can. I should probably roll before I describe it. So I don't have a roll.
with freak.
I roll with freak, so that is +2. +2. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 12.
A 12.
A
Delightful.
12. So I'm going to spend. Okay, hey guys, how chaotic do you want me to be with this? Do you want me to spend 2 burn and nobody gets collateral damage, or should I spend 1 burn and you guys get some collateral damage? Because you know how much I love to use this move and cause collateral damage. But I you know what? I have 3 burn. I'll do both. Nobody gets hurt this time. It's okay.
Be problematic, BB.
I'll be problematic when I start doing rules that I can't
Hit me, bestie.
use.
Like, let's go.
If you cause collateral
No.
damage, you'll use a move, so that would be exciting.
Oh wait, what?
If you cause collateral damage, there might be a chance for me to use a move and shift some of my labels. So I'm not like narratively, I'm not against it.
Well, if it helps Hannah, then I'll cause collateral damage. So only 1 burn, so I'll have 2 left. She's a little bit like stressed out, so why not? So it's like she kind of like slams both her fists together to like activate it, and just like her arms are engulfed with this like cool aurora shifting, like just feral type energy, because I don't think she's learned to control it that well just yet. And it's just like a run and then a jump and then a slam into any part of this dude, deity, Cyclops' body that she can get to.
Yeah. So since you rolled on a hit, you can pick 2 from the list of directly engaging a threat. That is, resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity, or impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
Which one?
You can pick 2 of those
From
the directly engage a threat list.
Okay, there is the first one. I can read. I would like to create an opportunity for my ally and impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
Okay. Creating an opportunity. That is going to be another +1 forward to whoever attacks this thing next. And between impress, surprise, and frighten, I'm going to say Overlord is definitely surprised. As you see Rapalacera, you see his gaze shift from you to this new combatant, and something clicks in his brain. There you are. Who'd like to go next?
I can go.
Yeah, dude.
If folks would like, I'm gonna prove to Shade that I was actually in one of his classes. I would like to take a second, letting everybody else get out of the car and sort of like, before I fully like get out, just like sort of assess what's going on, like get the lay of the land, figure out what's going on, see if I can't see, as everybody else is sort of throwing hands with this guy, like what's working, what's not. I would like to assess the situation, please.
You sure can. That's allowed.
I believe that is plus superior.
Yes.
I'm not. So let's see how that goes.
You do get +1 forward for this.
Excellent. So that's neutral then. Great. That is much appreciated. I don't know that that's gonna do it. That's a 6.
A 6 is not going to do it, unfortunately.
I'm doing bad in your class, Shade. I'm sorry.
This thing is inexplicable fundamentally. It is alien. It is, and every attack that's hit it, you're not sure if it's working. Your friends have barely dented this thing.
I'm gonna have to get my hands dirty. God dang it. Okay. Alright. That's fine.
Alright. Shade or Avery?
If we can cut back to the car for a moment, Avery has just been sitting there, but they glance over at Jesse as they've kind of watched other superpowered people start dealing with this threat, and just look at him and ask, "So if I go do something, does that violate my parole?"
You see, pulls out a little notebook.
You have to look that up?
Judge McCleary was pretty clear that hero work is exactly what he wants you to do, so if you go and help, you will not be in violation of your parole at all. In fact, you will be quite the opposite.
I feel like there's something you're not saying, but like, whatever. And Avery just opens the car door and steps out, and I think their trench coat is like blowing in the wind as their entire body starts to crackle with electricity. And they are going to direct that electricity right towards that circuitry on this being.
Absolutely.
See if they can cause a disruption.
Would you like to unleash your powers or directly engage?
I would like to unleash my powers.
Absolutely allowed. I will give you +1 forward on this for an undisclosed reason.
I am intrigued and frightened all at the same time. Okay. That is an 8.
An 8 is quite delightful. You're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say you're gonna mark the angry condition.
I think that's fair.
But this surge of electricity hits it, and this thing is very clearly perturbed by this as the eye flickers and the circuitry on its body sort of blink in and out.
And because I have to do it, JT, as Avery does that, as the electricity courses through this being, Avery just smirks up at them and says, "Make a move, Reindeer Games."
Shade, I believe that just leaves you.
Yes, it does, and I'd like to assess the situation after that input. That's all right.
Yeah,
I'll find
see that
find
one of
a
your students
gargoyle
is-
or a perch somewhere.
There's so many gargoyles
There's all
installed
the
in this
gargoyles.
city.
Have to keep building gargoyles to have dramatic views of.
How many are gargoyles and not just grotesque, though?
They're all gargoyles.
Okay, and how many of them did the Shade personally buy and install?
Well, I was
for
going to
their
leave that up to
school?
Lamont. How many gargoyles did you
Non-zero
purchase
amount.
for this city?
Every building that Lamont has helped sponsor and build, which I think at this point with the rate at which superheroes tend to destroy buildings and like probably the fund he's had to set up as like the reconstruction programs, all buildings have gargoyles. At the very least, some kind of edge or ledge from which dramatic views can be accessed, and grappling hooks and other, pendulum-based movement can be achieved.
It's in the building contract that you signed with the architect.
It's very superhero friendly. Yeah, he
It's in his
just now
rider.
he has a collection of he has portfolios of architects who have what's the word? Perfected and innovated the superhero-friendly design styles of the modern age that we're in. Anyway, I want to perch up there really quick. Well, it seems this astral foe has been otherwise occupied, and take a moment to also try and do it, because I teach a class on that thing, and while I'm sure my students have all taken great notes and are doing their own assessments and are doing great, take a moment to put my own into practice here.
Go ahead and roll to assess.
Okay, it's a 5. I can't make heads or tails of this thing.
You lock eyes with Elena, and you very quickly understand. Neither of you knows what this thing is. Both of you also, by the way, make sure to mark an experience for failing. I forgot about that.
Yes.
Because we failed forward here in a Powered by the Apocalypse game.
Understood.
Yeah, your potential. Yeah, no, that's. I'll take a moment. Yeah, guys with Elena, and just Elena will hear over like a radio near your collar or something. You probably had planted while he was patting you on the back or something. Just, I'm not making any heads or tails of this thing. Best to keep your distance and strike while you can. That's.
Tell a girl before you put a mic on her. Okay.
Unfortunately, that would ruin half the reason of planting a mic on someone.
We're gonna talk about that later.
Communication is key, so say it.
Yeah, communicating when you're putting a bug on someone is key to maintaining the trust of that. We've got bigger problems to deal with right now. Well, oh my god. Okay, all right.
Cecilia, this thing is locked onto you. It sort of shakes off the electricity in the way that it was that effect was temporary. Not unstable yet. It begins to sort of rush you faster than anything you've ever seen. I need you to roll to resist a powerful blow.
Could I use I Know What I Am and intervene and send?
1 second. Let me just have a look there. I'll allow it.
Cool.
Yeah, you can move to be a stopgap for this thing. So go ahead and make your roll to resist a powerful blow. You're also welcome to shift your labels as desired.
Yeah, I'm gonna shift up, Savior, and
Oh, what is this? Plus what?
shift.
You're not rolling anymore.
I'm not rolling anymore. Okay.
Shift, and I'll shift down danger to -2. So, on the die, that is a 7. What do I add to this?
So you're rolling plus conditions marked. If you have any conditions, you add that to the roll. But on a 7,
Lash out verbally, provoke a teammate to full party action, or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition. You give ground, your opponent gets an opportunity, or you struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions.
I think I'm gonna struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions.
Okay. Go ahead and mark afraid and hopeless as this thing makes contact with you. You feel a surge, a jolt into your body, and it is not just a jolt of electricity from this thing. It is a jolt of emotions, of the loss of will to fight. Only temporary, as it stops making contact with you. Cecilia, you see as this thing sort of rushes you, Rob Lacera, equally as quick, has intercepted and taken the blow for you.
Oh, damn. I don't know. She doesn't know how to respond to that because it happened so quick. I have to wait till my next round to retaliate, right?
Well, we are on the next round, and I'm taking whatever order you guys want.
Little flavor. She's going to yell out, "Eye on me, big guy!"
Yeah.
There's only one.
Yeah.
So, I love a good quip. I really do. Okay. In a moment of like dazed and surprise that someone has just taken a blow for her because she doesn't fight as a team very often and not any kind of creature or foe like this, it would throw her off for a second before like a little bit angry, not at no, I can't say it, Hannah. Can't say it. I'm gonna call it rhododendron. So
you could just say
Aisha. Just say Aisha. Okay. And not at the anger is not directed towards Aisha, but like more at the creature itself. And so I think that she'll go in for another blow. I still have one burn left.
Okay.
So let's do. Actually, no, I have 2 burns left because I didn't do the whatchamacallit. I want to do overcharge. I want to do elemental awareness. Elemental awareness and spend 1 burn and mark a condition to open your mind up to the world around you with your powers. You can ask any one question about the world around you and the GM will answer honestly. So, no tricky tricks, JT. Not that that's a you thing, that's a who
Okay.
thing, but you know.
Here's a fun trick. Mark
right.
afraid as your condition.
Oh, what? I gotta roll still, too. Let me roll. Okay, guess what? A 7.
I don't think you have to roll for this.
Really? I thought, I don't. Never mind, good. That was
Because
the 7.
you rolled for your burn. You can just use these abilities, I think, as your action.
I think one of them. I think I have to at least Reality Storm says rolling plus freak instead of danger.
Right. Some of them will call for roll, but awareness does not.
Okay. So my question for you is, what is this thing's weakest point?
Well, I would be remiss if I gave you a big godlike boss and didn't put one itty bitty little weak spot on it.
Obviously. Where is it?
Its eye is mostly, based on your elemental awareness, its eye is mostly titanium.
Okay.
But there is a pinprick where it takes in visual data. It's going to be really hard to hit. But you seem to have generated an ally that is very good at stunning it in some capacity. Because, like most alien tech, this thing still runs on electricity.
I want to shout out to the rest of the group and my teacher and this person who ran out of a car who was not in the car with us, and I'm just like, hey, what's up, my friend? I guess we're all fighting this thing together. Cool. That there is a small point in the eye that may help us get a leg up on taking him down. So I've relayed that to the rest of you.
And with that information, all of you will get +1 forward to whatever attack or action you take on your turn.
I relay that through my bug to the shade.
Oh, you all have them. I heard everything.
Jesus
Trying to be
Christ.
considerate.
Delightful.
Okay.
The Shade is a reasonable man.
Shade is a reasonable man when he meets people for the first time, and he thinks they're going to be his respective students, especially when they're all going to potentially go into danger. They all have bugs in them, so he can communicate.
All right. Who would like to go next?
I got a thing I can do.
By all means.
Perfect. Question.
Answer.
Oh, I forgot to mention. When I know what I am. I added 1 team to the pool.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Seeing as this is a very out of my depth threat, I don't know how I keep ending up in these situations, but frankly, it was easier when it was when It was the Nazis and the Soviets and whoever else, and then the bankers. I miss the twirling mustache bad guys. What happened to them? Anyway, the Shade is going to swing down, and if I could stand strong while dramatically under fire.
Yeah.
For this directly
sure
engaging
can.
thing. All right, so I will be. The Shade will begin trying using his cool gun. Will begin swinging around and shooting what appears to be a putty-like substance that kind of glomps onto this thing and begins to grow slightly, trying to link up with other similar glomps of itself. And he'll be just kind of swinging around trying to shoot that a whole bunch. And I will roll plus Savior instead of plus Danger. Ooh, okay. This is going to directly engage a foe. But that is going to be 7 plus 3 is 10 to directly engage.
And great, so you can resist it or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity, impress, surprise, or frighten. You can pick 2 of those on a 10.
All right. What I'm obviously going to do is create an opportunity for my allies.
Yep.
And I will also do so while resisting or avoiding blows, as the laugh of the Shade echoes around him, and he is unable to get a hold. But then I will land next to Avery, who I have not met yet and have not bugged yet, so I can't communicate this. So I have to do so in person. He'll like land dramatically on the car he got out of. It's electrically conductive adhesive, friend. Use your powers again, and I believe you should be able to give them quite the shock, as they won't be expecting it.
Cool. Yeah, got it.
Setting up a goofy little team maneuver, are we?
Yeah, I'm all about team maneuvers. And shadow-based puns, but you can have 2 things.
Absolutely.
I got 2 things for me, all right? Team maneuvers and shadows.
Avery, do you accept this team maneuver?
I do accept this team maneuver, and per what Cecilia said, I'm also going to try to direct that electricity as much towards the singular eye as I can.
Absolutely, and I imagine Shade would have made that as possible as he could.
Yeah, it's a silver and epoxy that should be it forms this network that as it reaches out to each other, and it is basically hit it anywhere, and it should be somewhere up. It should reach somewhere up near the face.
Absolutely.
I turned him into a circuit board. Circuit City, bitch.
You are more than welcome to unleash your powers, JD. You are welcome to roll that way.
I am so happy to do that. I also just rolled a 10 in total.
Absolutely delightful. You guys see Shade lands next to this stranger, and the stranger lights this guy up like a fucking Christmas tree. Electricity shoots through the tape, and he becomes stunned. It hits the eye, and Cecilia, you can feel your migraine sort of start to come back as you're able to sort of interface with this tech in some way, but it doesn't come back in full force. This thing is not going to get a turn this round, so if you can't take it down this round, there's always next one. As he sort of stumbles back, and you see the eyes sort of glitching out more than it would be. Who'd like to go next?
Pretty big, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How big? So like pinprick of the eye situation on this guy. How big are we talking?
Like manhole sized.
Like manhole size? Okay, so if I can rip up a street lamp, think that'd do it?
You can fit that down a man's hole. Yeah.
I can fit that.
When possible.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
can fit a street lamp down a manhole, absolutely.
Absolutely. These are our methods of measurement.
Welcome
I
to
would like
America.
I would like to, with my telekinesis that I have because I'm so cool, I would like to just grab one of these out of the ground with my mind and just like right up in there, if I may. I feel like that might be unleashing my powers.
I would
Sounds
say
about
so.
right.
I would say
Unless
that
there's
you're
something else that
unleashing them.
fits better. Feels apropos. But yeah, I'm just gonna just spear this guy, ideally, if I may.
Spear him.
And what am I adding?
To unleash your powers, you're rolling plus freak.
Freak. Okay, good. That is a 7.
7.
Mm-hmm.
Just a quick question for you as well.
Yeah, what's up?
When you chose your 2 Doom track things, which 2 things did you choose?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked.
For my posterity.
So frightening loved ones.
Of course.
Delightful. For sure. And then of course overexerting myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jolly good show on a 7.
Mm-hmm.
I will not let you mark a condition. I will instead say you are overexerting yourself and you should mark a Doom track counter.
Makes sense.
As this thing finds purchase, embeds in the eye, lets out a wail of... it sounds like his microphone's gone bad, essentially. It's not down for the count yet, he's still stunned, but there is a lamppost in his eye.
You take that out
right
so that
now.
everybody else can get it in there. You want me to yoink?
I have a different idea actually.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Round peg in a round hole, got a little stuck. Apply a little pressure, a lot of pressure. I want to punch the pole into the socket.
Sure. I will also ask you to unleash your powers.
Okay, so
You really gotta
minus
ram it down the
2,
man's hole.
plus
Turk, please.
1 from freak, so that's a minus 1 altogether.
You do have +1 forward to this as well.
Oh, okay, so it's just the roll. I want to read the team rules real quick.
We do have hero points.
You do also have a couple hero points.
I'm gonna spend a hero point if that's okay with the team, because
We
right
have,
now
like,
that's a 6.
2. And then I have
Mhm.
1, but I'll give it to the team, so we have 3.
Wow,
I
you're
want
so
people to be
kind.
nice to me tomorrow.
I'm not going to
Thank you.
do that.
Fuck you,
Is the
JT.
council okay with me trying to reroll this?
Yes, the council. Here's your decision.
I'm gonna spend that hero point to do a reroll, please. Oh, that's much better. That's a 10.
A 10 is beautiful as you call upon your strength and fly at this lamppost and just run into it as heavily as you can, and you hear cracking begin to occur underneath whatever metallic armor this thing is as you crunch this lamppost into its skull.
I can imagine the wings are fading in and out as she focuses all of her power just on this punch. There's a moment where there's just a silhouette of her and her fist out as she's pushing in.
Yeah, we get sort of the anime sequence of Shade whipping around this thing, it getting stunned and stumbling back when a lamppost gets embedded in its head, and then the big, because this, you rip this thing out of the ground, there's concrete on it, the concrete dust sort of poofs out as you punch the base of the lamppost into it. I believe, Eli, you're the only one who hasn't gone yet. What would you like to do? How do you want to finish this thing off?
Is he still standing?
He is standing. He's keeling back. He's about ready to be done.
Looking like a true survivor.
What did you say, Turk?
I said they're looking like a true survivor.
I will. I don't know if this is unleashing my powers or directly engaging. You tell me. But I would like to sort of concentrate, and there's sometimes these like little wisps that come out from my powers, and this is something that I haven't perfected yet, but I've kind of gotten a sense that this is something that I can do. And I would like to kind of catch one of these around its throat and try to yank it down to the ground, if I may.
Absolutely. I'll say that's unleashing your powers.
Okay.
And you get +1 forward to this as well.
Oh, thank God. Freak is not my best. What is freak for me? Okay. That is a 10.
Delightful. The final act as this black lacy whip reaches up to the lamppost, pulls this thing down, and you essentially watch his head bounce as the lamppost gets put all the way through, and he sort of begins to dissipate into sparks of energy as the body is destroyed.
Dissipating?
Yep, disappearing entirely.
Son of a bitch. That's
You got
Eli.
Thanos.
The body dissipates, the people sort of return to the area. The damage was a lot. Some of the buildings are probably a little unstable now, but you are young heroes, and that is not your problem.
And
Avery,
speaking of that not being our problem, Avery is definitely looking at Eli and is just like, holy fuck, that was so hot.
Eli. Eli's a gay disaster, as all my characters are, is going to kind of point over at Avery and just say, "Nice move, Circuit City," assuming that I heard that from Shade.
I didn't say that out loud. Shade would never swear. Other than an oath of justice.
And Avery's just like, that's not my name, but you know what, whatever. Hi.
Yeah. No idea where you came from. Glad you're here. I'm gonna turn and look for Cecilia, because I got a sense that she was out of it, and then I left the car, so I don't know what's going on.
I sure would be checking in on Cecilia now that we're both floating in the air. Like, is she okay? Was there more damage when I blocked that thing that got through that I didn't notice?
To the two who checked in, she'd just like touch her forehead a little bit for where the headache was. Has it fully dissipated now, JT?
oh yeah. Once this thing is like completely gone, you are returning to normal.
Okay. So now that that's gone, she's a little more clear-minded and everything, and yeah, no, I'm fine. That was insane. You guys are amazing.
You're pretty good too. I'm gonna go check on the rest. And lie down specifically to Juan Elena.
Elena has been keeping her eye on the two that are floating in the air. Just like, because they saw Raffalo Sarah's wings like glitch there for a second. We're like, oh god, okay, like, am I gonna have to catch somebody? What's happening? But as long as it's a controlled descent, we're good.
Yeah, no. It's like it's pretty swoopy. You can see though that like emotionally she like one of her the tenets of her legacy is that she's always supposed to be smiling, and she's no longer smiling now. It's got like shaky, like her hands are kind of shaking. What are the conditions again? They're afraid and hopeless. And there's just like pure worry on her face at this point.
Is everyone okay?
That was a lot.
Yeah.
I think everyone's fine. That was a good idea with the lamppost.
Thanks. Yeah. That was with the you used it well. Are you good? Just like hand on the shoulder. Oblivious in gay.
There's like a moment of like brain off, and then it hit real hard, but I'm okay.
You should sit down. Is everybody okay? Is he gone?
I want to assess the situation and see how civilians are doing after all this.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll.
Well, I'm gonna fail that miserably, I'm pretty sure. What do I add with assess?
Superior.
Superior. 0. That is a 4.
Go ahead
Yeah.
and mark an experience.
Will
But
do.
the civilians have not begun to file back in just yet. They're waiting for emergency services to be able to get in, and for that, the cars need to be moving, etc., etc.
Elsie wants to say that 2 people here know how to hack and steal cars. Or not 2 people, just 1 person. I don't know, Eli might get roped into it. But I wanted to say Avery might steal a car. So, but not yet. But you could hack into one and get them moving. But Elsie wants to check in on Avery, the person who she doesn't know, and also check on Eli as well, who also checked in on her. And the Shade. Like the 3 people who need to be checked in on most in her mind at this point in time.
Shade's just
Because
watching all of his children have all these little moments with themselves. He's so happy. All his kids are gonna smooch, he assumes. All being so gay to each other, and he's so happy for him.
The Shade ships everyone, #1 fan. Just wants them to be happy.
At the end of every issue, there's just the Shade ship corner.
The Shade like red string shipping chart. Like
it's like at the end of like Demon Slayer where they have the thing.
But...
The Umbral Cave has a murder board of ships in it.
A murder
board to know who his students are hanging out with. He can help sit them next to each other and give them
assign the group projects.
Yeah.
It's better than his soaps.
Oh my gosh, you kidding me? Yeah.
They're like soaps in real life.
It's just like life.
I got a soap.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So yeah, you begin to approach Eli and Avery and the Shade, and Avery, from behind you hear, "Are you okay?" As Jesse has gotten out of the car and is approaching you as well.
Is there someone walking towards me?
Jesse is approaching you.
He is not turning back. He is just pretending that this isn't happening, but he does look to Eli and Cecilia and is just like, that's my parole officer.
Well, hi there. My name is Jesse. This is Avery. You guys did just phenomenally. Avery was just about to go to an orientation at the Phoenix Academy, but if you guys are students there, I just think he would really knock it out of the ballpark there, making friends. He's just a cool kid, this one.
Jesse, what are you saying? What are these words that are coming out of your mouth?
Do you think a parole officer is kind of like your dad?
Is he having a stroke?
Our elusive 4th member finally apparates, and in the nick of time.
Oh.
Does he always speak like that? Is that
I think
is that normal?
Are you all orientees as well?
No, I am too old for that, unfortunately.
Right, but you seem like their keeper.
Our keeper?
I'm no one's keeper, friend. I am a teacher and a guardian of justice and these students. I assume you have kept yourself safe and your connection to this hero is, well, What exactly?
He's my parole officer. Also, no one's ever called me a hero a day in my life.
Well, that changes today then.
I prefer to think of our relationship as more of an encourager and an encouragee. Something to help him
You're
get back on
wrong.
his feet.
A noble effort.
Cecilia would, to answer Avery's question, say, I just met him a few hours ago, but I think so. Does he always talk like that? And she's pointing to Jesse.
Yeah, he thinks he's my dad, and I don't know why. I keep telling him that he is not my dad, not to call me like son, bud, or champ. I don't get
look
it.
like you. Why does he think he's your dad?
Fully
'cause he's not
slick
my dad.
blonde hair, white shirt, inoffensive blue tie, and blue dress pants.
That's very offensive to me.
Oh, thank
Jesse, if I may, would it be all right if you entrusted the wardship of this young hero here to the mentorship of the collective that we've formed?
Oh, well, sure.
Please, thank
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Here. You see Jesse reaches around and pulls out his wallet. He pulls out like a crisp 20 and offers it to you, Shade. I was going to use this to get him a coffee and a little treat before orientation. If you could fulfill that for me, I've got a lot of paperwork to fill out regarding this incident.
The
Can I
most
try to steal
important
that
piece of
$20?
paperwork you can do is putting that money back into your wallet.
Can I try to steal it first?
Roll to
He's holding it in
directly
front of his
engage a
face.
threat.
Wait, JT, will you let me use my move? Are you watching closely so I can help Eli do this so that I can distract Jesse for the moment?
We are still in the same scene, and there is a team in the pool.
How-
And you're currently acting selfishly, so you could also take a +1 from that team.
People are you allowed to distract with your move? Let me just put that there. Just the one?
Just the one.
Certainly
But I would like to
fine
distract
attempt
Jesse.
crime in front of the Shade.
You can roll plus superior to distract Jesse. Yes.
No, I can't. That's a 6.
You use a hero point.
We've got him.
No, I'm going to accept.
Nothing
was a
about this
bad-
is heroic.
Market experience, of course.
I also have
Eli,
to mark a
go ahead
condition.
and-
It's fine.
Do you have to mark a condition?
I do.
Ooh, wait. I suggest.
Mark guilty?
Yeah.
Are we
Criminal heart
technically
withers under the gaze of the Shade.
Are we technically still in the same scene?
It's like it's its own scene separate from the combat.
Oh.
But
Oh,
do
well.
I get to keep my +1 to danger?
I was. What do you mean you're +1 to danger?
Because I had that in combat because of one of my moves. Because
Well, when you shift your labels, it's permanent.
Delightful.
Until you shift it again, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead and roll plus danger.
That is an 8.
An 8?
Yes.
How would you expect me to handle this? You're stealing a $20 bill from this man.
From the nicest man.
No, the nicest man
Is
so
he a
far has
mixed
been my
success?
father.
How do you mix
That's
success?
That's true. Second nicest man that we've seen so far.
You guilty marked. Mark
No.
guilty. You
Perfect.
get your $20 mark guilty. You
Hell
snatch
yeah.
it. He does notice and he goes, "Oh, hey, that's all right. You're gonna buy Avery a treat. That's okay." And he folds the wallet. He puts it back.
Indeed, I believe he will.
Comes up from behind and telekinetically snatches the 20.
No. No.
That was
Let me
date
have
money.
this.
No.
Wait, hold on.
No, she'll give it back. Just like comes around front, just has the 20 between her fingers, just like maybe not in front of the grown-ups. Come
on, it was right
wait,
there.
Gives it back. 100% gives it back.
No, wait, hold on, Kit. I want to steal it from you now.
No,
we can't keep doing this.
I want the 20 back.
You'll get the 20 when you've earned the 20. When you get better at stealing things.
This is the $20 Venmo that that everybody just passes
everyone's
around.
just
That all of the
passing around
gays
$20
just
Venmo.
pass around to each other. Yeah.
We're all just like getting a little treat since $20.
The friendship of the traveling 20.
Remind me to sign you up for stealth classes. And it just drops it in front of you.
Delightful.
So these are the heroes of tomorrow, huh?
Indeed, and we have a bright future to look forward to. But you bring up an excellent point. We must away.
Right, I have to, do paperwork about this incident.
Sounds
Indeed.
exciting.
The backbone of justice is held up by those who keep us in order and line.
Avery, you should especially listen to this man. He's talking a lot about justice.
Absolutely not.
You're coming with us?
Apparently my guardianship has been moved from one person to the next. Both of them talk really strangely. One talks like my dad, one talks like he's in an old movie.
That's what I've been saying this whole time.
Fascinating. You like ska?
I don't know how to answer that. Sure.
We'll decide in the car.
You guys pile in, and skies plague as you guys get to leave. Emergency services begin to make their way in and begin to start their work on reconstructing the square. And you guys pull up to the delightful little coffee shop, wherein Shade leads you all down into the Phoenix Academy, to the headmaster's office.
Coffee.
You can stop for coffee, absolutely.
Just Avery. I don't buy anybody else coffee.
With your 20 that you stole?
With Jesse's $20, yep.
Yeah.
Hopefully this is not New York prices and I still have some change, because I am 17 years old and very broke.
You get like $1.17 back.
Beautiful. More than I've ever had in my life.
And you guys head down. The headmaster is waiting for all of you. Hello. I see you went and collected all 4 anyway, Shade.
Well, I am nothing if not proficient in stumbling upon victory.
Yes, I heard that there had been an incident downtown. It's actually very fortunate. It was a good testing ground. Well, nobody died, dear. Collateral damage is a mere nothing to the government of this city. It's something we account for in the budget.
Buildings can be rebuilt. Buildings can be rebuilt, but lives should always be treasured.
That's exactly correct. The 6 of you are of very particular interest to me. Shade for your mentorship, and then the 4 of you for your various power sets. There is a threat coming. And as much as I would love for you all to be regular students here, you've proven today that my experimental program is going to be quite successful in training.
Has the government decided that, like, I have to be a part of an experiment? Because, like, this seems like not cool.
I also have umbrage.
The government of this city is, a bit concerned about the influx of alien incursions occurring on this planet, particularly tyrannical dictatorships desiring to come and subjugate the Earth, as I'm sure you all are very well aware. your clearance to be here is as a regular student, but I have taken extra care to get clearance for allowing you to participate in an extraneous project with your new team.
So we're a team now?
Correct. And you've proven yourselves quite effective.
Do we get a suit?
You will all be fitted for a suit to your specifications and design desires.
I'm gonna turn around and point finger guns at the shade.
Does
I
the
told
finger
you.
gun back?
Of course.
Now, this program will be outside your normal classwork. You will not be expected to take as many classes as other students because you will be getting field training live with our good friend Lamont here, including some other Phoenix League members. I will now be referring to you as the Flame Project.
Pretty
I
badass.
see.
I look forward to working with everyone.
We'll make it work.
As long as we don't die.
Yes. I have taken the liberty to arrange for some custom living quarters for you, if you would desire. Otherwise, living at home is acceptable and fine. Just a place for you guys to sort of congregate and get to know each other in a more personal context, as teams should know each other quite well. Shade will, of course, stay in his abode.
I'm sure there's very gay eye contact being made all around. Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
called-
getting nods from the
We're
cast.
called the Flame Project. It is all very gay.
Yeah. It's just like
We're just gonna dim the lights and let you go at each other. I mean,
No!
Shade, no.
no,
Leave that to your
that's not the
fanfic.
shade. That's sorry.
Leave that
That's
to your fanfics, the shade.
that's right. That's a joke from another.
The Umbral Cave has a ship murder board, and next to it is a file cabinet of fics.
No,
just a drawer.
no. Doesn't have the skill to write.
Have you read any fanfic?
Friend fiction.
Welcome to being
Delightful. Yeah. So you guys are shown the facilities by security. There's a training room. Your dorms are well made. Not yet personalized for you, but they are as recompense for this special project. You are being allotted a certain fund to purchase decorations with, and sort of set your room up as you desire. There is a central computer with an AI built into it to call you to missions and briefings when needed. It does not have access to any of your rooms. It is just in the common area for those of you that do decide to live here. And you will be provided rations and food whenever you would like, as per protocol of the school.
Please. JT, please. Call on me.
Sorry, does anyone have any questions?
I
Don't
have
do
a
it.
question.
Yeah, JD?
No, JT. Michael.
Let Elsie go first.
Okay,
Yeah!
alright.
What's
Uh,
the AI's name, JT?
Doesn't have a name yet.
Okay, well, I'll name it then.
Do we get to name it?
Wait, I feel like
You want
Avery
to?
gets to name it. Avery gets to name the AI because Avery does the hacking.
I was going to say, can I hack the AI? That was going to be my question.
Can Avery
Can we hack
rename
the
the
AI?
AI via hacking?
You can roll to unleash your powers.
It had a
Oh my
name,
God,
but it was
bet.
a dumb name, and Avery decided it needed a new name.
Yeah.
No, I can't. That is a 5.
Hero point. Hero
Mark-
point.
Mark
Hero
is
point.
here.
Hero point!
point!
So we roll that.
Yeah!
It's the
Okay.
end of this game, so like, use
That's
them
what
all.
they're there for.
Okay, that is a 10.
Ayo!
Yeah.
What do you rename the AI to be?
You know, I think, for kind of the first time, Avery tries not to be selfish, and so I think he actually puts it up to group vote. So he's basically like, I'm gonna hack in. All right, what do we all want to name it? We can name it something sick like Acid Burn.
I didn't actually think of any names, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I have one, but it's really funny.
You gotta do the AI porch test, which is yell the name as if you're in a hurry for a mission and see if it sounds goofy or if it's too many syllables. Elena's being entirely too pragmatic about this.
Can we just like crossover games and name it Caldwell?
Don't cross the
Name it
streams.
Caldwell.
Oh, that's a sick name though.
Actually, but yeah, it's a good name.
It's kind of a great name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right. You hack into it. You enter the new name. It comes online. It's just a little face. It uses basic like text characters to make various faces. It's a little more animated. Hello. Welcome to your new Abode Flame project. My name is Caldwell. I'm happy to be of assistance.
Cool guy.
You got Spotify?
I do.
Do you know any ska? Can you find?
Would you like me to play ska?
Yes.
I would love that, Caldwell.
Ska starts playing.
Fuck yeah.
Shuffled an entire genre. And on that note, we are going to end issue number 1 of our goofy little one shot here. Lost Caravan Comics presents what I've been putting as the sort of not really pro tag rather than the sub tag. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight, and thank you to my wonderful, delightful, chaotic cast. If you like what we do, you can join our Discord at the button in the description down in the doobly-doo. It's where we post our monthly casting calls, schedules, and where we generally hang out and be giant nerds. We'd love for you to come hang out and roll some dice. Once more, I'd like to go around and give everyone a chance to tell the people who they are and where they can find you. And we will go ahead and start on my left this time with LC. We're going to go backwards.
Oh my goodness. Okay, hi, I'm LC. You can find me on Optimistic on all social media, just like I said before. It is above me. You can check me out there and see what I'm up to. I've been slacking on posting it recently. Thanks, JT, for picking me to go first when I don't actually have my Google Calendar open. Just give me 1 second and I'll keep rambling until I get that up. I just want to say that my idea that I didn't say on stream, but I think the $20 bill keeps getting passed around. And the reason the person who had it in our last episode or issue 42 was definitely Avery, since he wasn't there and none of us could argue over the $20 bill. I now have my Google Calendar up, so here's where you can find me next. So tomorrow, if you enjoyed me busting up the government or corpos or whatever you want to call them, or you just want to come watch me, LC, the player, cry, because Min certainly isn't going to cry, poop. I play Min in our Duskgrave mini-series campaign, whatever you call it. It's a module, a Lancer module. It's really cool. We're actually getting into the nitty-gritty stuff. There's a mad scientist. I killed 5 mechs last fight, and there's a chance I won't be able to roll anything at all next game because I rolled so well last time. It's a really fun time. Hoop has promised me that I'm going to suffer. And then after that, the next Monday, I'm in Old Gods of Appalachia one-shot here in the Lost Caravan as well. I still haven't remembered what I'm playing for that, so I don't know. It'll be fun. Some kind of sage. It's great. And then on the 28th, you can find me on Singularity, where I will be playing my feral little goblin child, who I haven't played in a month. I'm really excited to get her back, and that's a fun thing we're doing there. And on HSC on the 29th, finally at the third table of Slasher Flick, where I have been promised death by both Hoop and JT. JT says they're not going to kill me, and I don't believe you at all.
I have no plans currently. I'm kind of going with the flow.
I don't believe you, but I've been promised death because I got a love interest at the end of my first game, which is, horror movie 101. Neither of us can make it out alive, or one of us can. So we'll see who it happens to be. And then, Yeah, that's it for October, but in the first weekend of November, I'm back there with Singularity and Speakeasy Conspiracy, where I play just another little guy getting into trouble because Elsie likes to make really poor choices in TTRPGs because she thinks it's funny. So that's me. I hope you enjoyed today's game, and I'll send it off to the next person.
That'd be Turk underneath you.
Me. I'm Turk, or Turk accented if.
Is he doing a quick change?
Yeah, had to do the bit. Anyway, I was, of course, once again the Shade. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Am I muted now? What's up?
You're not muted.
Oh, good.
I can
Sorry.
hear you.
I was feeling very frustrated. I can't imagine why. Certainly nothing happened. Anyway, I super great time playing this game as usual. I mean, it's just an awesome crew. Excuse you, I'm streaming over here.
Finish
Guys,
your outro.
please.
I will not hesitate. Okay. Anyway, if you want to see more of me and my face and the things I do and the words I say, you can catch me tomorrow over on Oathsworn, which is a game I run for a while now. It has been super fun, and yeah, it's kind of my baby. It's Greek mythology and high fantasy. So if you get a chance after the Lancer stream and you want to check out one of those VODs, that's over on Neon Lights Roleplay, which is really fun. And then on the 17th, will be the finale of Orbital Blues, which is our Cowboy Bebop campaign we have over here. It's not really technically Cowboy Bebop, but it's a really awesome game. And I've had a great time in that as well. On Thursdays, it's Delta Green, so I am going to be over there with Impossible Landscapes, rather. And then coming up on the 22nd, I'll be here for Nova, or rather the continuation of Nova in whatever form that takes. And then Old Gods on the 23rd, I'll also be there. And lots more fun stuff to come, including I have moved the horror stream for myself to play a horror game while you can scare me to the 28th during the day. So if you have a chance to do that and stop by, please do, because I think that'll be super fun. Yeah, October's pretty busy. November promises to probably be even more so. But I hope to see you all there, and thank you all so much for watching. Thanks to the people, awesome people at the table here, for tolerating me and my quips and my bad ideas and shadeness, because you're all incredible, and I'm very lucky to be this table. And of course, thank you so much, JT, for just keeping all of this and making it awesome continuously. 2 in a row, unbeatable. But yeah, that's going to be it for me. So I am going to pass it around the circle. I think it is Hannah, or am I missing somebody?
It's Kian is next in the circle.
I'm the last one.
This just in, Turk hates me.
I couldn't remember who was on the bottom, but it makes sense Kian's on the bottom.
Hey!
Whoa.
Turk, this is a family-friendly stream.
Has it been? Talked about manholes a whole lot.
The one that made that joke.
I know. I talked about it.
That.
Hello.
That.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kian. My pronouns are they, he. You can find me on Twitter at uptight_Chiffon. You can find me on Blue Sky at uptight-Chiffon. I am here every other Saturday for our Fabulous Ultima campaign, where I play a little guy who is trying to save his girlfriend and possibly romance a new boyfriend, and I'm super excited about that. I am also going to be on our Old Gods of Appalachia campaign, which I am very excited about. I don't play a little guy there. I play somebody who is very sus and does not trust anybody. I'm really excited to introduce that character. I am also part of the Nova campaign, where we are playing something different other than Nova. That is my other character who likes to just jump in and punch things. Over on High Shelf Collective, every other Wednesday, I am playing in JT's Beacon campaign, which is super fun. Another little guy who likes to fight but has a voice in his head, so that's nice and new. And then I am also in I'm going to be in a campaign for Exquisite Corpse, which I am super excited about. We will be playing Trail of Cthulhu. It is a Fae take on things. It's my first Fae game that I've ever got to play. So, yeah, if I'm in anything else, you can check it out on Twitter. That's where I'll announce things. I've got a couple more projects coming up. But I will pass it on over to JD because I know who comes next, Turk.
I just also want to say that's another consistent in any Lost Caravan TTRPG is Kian or Elsie is going to have a voice in their head. You just gotta
It's
50-50. You just gotta 50-50.
That's fair.
Waiting for the opportunity to do it in this game, but
I'm excited.
I am the voice.
Well, that means we need to get another episode.
Oh yeah.
maybe. We'll see what happens.
Anyways, hi, I am JD. You can find me on socials at JD Not Jason Dean. I do way too many things. To start with, if you liked me as Phosphorus, who never used the name Phosphorus once today, if you liked me as them and you want to see me play more masks, you can find me generally every other Sunday with Live from the Apocalypse for Academy H, our Masks Actual Play podcast that we live record. You get to see special things like our facial journeys and other material that gets cut out of the podcast when it's edited. So it is always worth checking in, even though the podcast itself is really cool. And we may have an episode finishing up one of our arcs coming out today. We shall see how that goes. Keep an eye on socials for that. I am also with Live from the Apocalypse every Tuesday, either for Cold Iron, our Soviet-Russian game, Fae game, where we are all changelings trying to investigate the murder of a scientist, or in Class Reunion, where I am a hunter who, as I said off-air, has never done anything wrong ever in their life. They are just a simple agender ranger who wants to hook up with their boyfriend, and they are very bad at communicating because they are very gay. It is the gay disaster game, as are all games that I play in. You can also find me with LFTA every other Thursday for Redacted, our psychological horror game that I run, and currently for a season of Secrets and Shadows, our Regency Monster Hearts game that just resumed Season 2 last Friday, and we'll be kicking things off this Friday with Table 2. I am also typically with Exquisite Corpse Presents every Saturday for Sister Cities. We've been a little hit or miss recently, but hopefully that is coming back. That is our D&D, non-magical D&D game, where I play just a little guy who came back from the dead and still struggles to handle his emotions. And then I am also in the aforementioned Nova. The only other thing I will quickly plug is if you like the Locked Tomb, I like the Locked Tomb. My entire character in Academy Age is heavily influenced by the Locked Tomb, and I have built in as many references as I can. If you like that, we are going to be doing a second episode of In Extremis, which is a Lumen-based game that is modeled after the Locked Tomb. And we are going to be doing that on the 29th, and it should be a very good time. The creator has given us custom moves, all of us, me included. So things are going to get wild. We actually have incentives. So yes, that is, I think, all I'm going to need to plug for now, though I have a few other things coming up that I cannot talk about quite yet. Heist is the one thing I will say. If you like heists, keep an eye on my Twitter.
It's going to be the psych-themed season. I called it on Twitter, and I'm saying it out loud now. Psych-themed season. Coming soon on LFTA. I'm manifesting it. It's the one thing I want, really. But that is going to bring us over to Kit.
Me? Is it me?
It is.
Well, lucky for me, because I don't have my calendar here, but most people have already mentioned all the things that I'm in, which is great. Hi, I'm Kit. You can find me most places on the internet at KitRoll or on Twitter as it still burns, at KitRollCause, because somebody stole the good handle. I am, let's see if I can do this from memory, on every other Wednesday, you can catch me over on High Shelf Collective, where G runs yet another delightful little game. This time it's Beacons, and I am playing just a delightful little changeling lad who just wants everyone to like them so much. It's fine. Fridays, this Friday, actually, oh god, catch me on Table 2 of Two Secrets, Two Shadows, second season of Regency Monster Hearts, where I'm totally not a vampire. Do not worry about it. Every other Saturday, I will be, as Kian mentioned, playing Fabolt, over here on this channel, this very same channel, where I'm a little robot who's done nothing wrong in its life ever. No regicide, actually, contrary to popular belief, apparently. And everything is fine and good and great. And then, let's see, catch me in The Return for In Extremis. It's going to be awesome. I didn't realize JD also had a move. That's going to be fun. I didn't know that was
Don't
happening.
worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I'm
It's
still
fine.
not worried, JD. Don't worry. It's great. It's going to be awesome. But thank you to Keegan for writing those rules for us. Like, they're so cool. They're so awesome. I'm psyched to show everybody. And then, if you like superheroes, kind of in a similar vein, catch us anywhere you get your podcasts for Bloom and Blight, a Girl by Moonlight actual play podcast that I both play and produce on. We just dropped an episode Thursday, so peep that if you haven't yet. And then also check out The Garden Club, which is our little goofy mini talkback series. We've released one of them so far. They will be coming as they can be. But we get to sit down with the cast and chat a little bit about characters, inspirations, magical girl shenanigans in general. It's really delightful. But yeah, so peep that on all socials at Bloom and Blight, all spelled out. And then on the interwebs at bloomandblight.com for transcripts, cast information, character information, all that good shenanigans. The beautiful character art. It's super cool. I think that's it. I think that's all I can talk about right now. So yeah, peep the socials. I will announce stuff as I can. Thanks for being here.
Very delightful. And that is going to bring us to our last, but certainly not least, Hannah.
That's true. I am very large, physically speaking. Anyway, I was your Aisha today, or Rapalsera. Even I can't really pronounce it. And if you want to see me play someone named Aisha, which is totally a different name, every other Wednesday, counting this Wednesday, the 18th, you can see me on Random Rhapsody, where I will be playing a magical girl, Starseeker, or Aisha. It's in the Magi-Knight system. We're actually playing with one of the creators. It's been pretty cool. We had last bi-week off. Beyond that, I like laughing. I like dying. Unfortunately, no one died here today. Maybe next episode we can fix that. However, I will be dying laughing on the 24th with a great group here on Lost Caravan. That's in the evening. I don't know if I can talk about the game I have confirmed for the 15th, but I will be sitting out of the Magic Knight games to play in another sequel, where maybe another holiday can be ruined. That's all I will say for now. And I don't have nearly as much stuff as everyone else, but I hope everyone enjoyed. Now I'm going to hand it over to our wonderful keeper, who just put together another perfect game of Maths for us, and I can't wait for the next one. You're not off the hook.
I don't mind not being off the hook. It's not my control. It's about programming. You know, we have to check with programming department. We have departments at Lost Caravan.
We're good.
Well, you know, we'll see. Hi, I'm JT. I was the game master, lore keeper, game loser. You can find me all over the internet at Weebjeet. And I do have a lot going on. For one, on Tuesdays through the rest of October with a finale on Halloween, I am on Neon Lights Roleplay playing Lancer, a Tears of Divinity mini-campaign called Minerva Exodus. This Wednesday and every other Wednesday thereafter, as Kit and Kian mentioned, I am running a Beacons campaign over on High Shelf Collective. It is a delightful little gross punk, post-apocalyptic type vibe that I am very delighted by. I am also in a season of Secrets and Shadows, but I am off this week because Table 2 is going. On the 21st, you can find me over on Daxara's channel doing the second session of our Star Wars Fantasy Flight charity game. On the 22nd, you can catch me in Nova. And this November, I was so lucky to have an idea picked up for a charity stream week concept that we are affectionately calling Lost Caravan Recall Week. It is going to be a week of returning delightful characters from previous one-shots to play in new worlds and maybe face a certain villain or two along the way. It is going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a raffle, and there's going to be lots of incentives to come and donate to charity and have fun and support the return of some favorites of ours. But that is all that I have for tonight. I believe we are rating Dork Tales after this. Thank you all so much for coming, and thank you to Hoop for indulging me to do this a second time. The demand is clear. We can think about it. I would like it to be on the table, but it is not necessary. This was
I thought
fun
about it
while it lasted. Kit thought about it, so
I'm gone
I guess
now,
we have
actually.
to. Thank you all for coming. Have a wonderful afternoon. This was a nice early stream for us all. That's all, folks.
Let your heart be your guiding key.